All right, guys. This is going to be my full arena card review for the Scholomance Academy expansion. As usual, I'm going to do a rating system from 1 to 5, with 3 being an average card. Whatever you want to determine as average, it's kind of up for debate, but that's the rough guideline we're going to go with. We'll go through all the cards. I'm going to start with Demon Hunter, and I think we'll finish with the neutrals. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. It will take a while. We'll do our best, but it's a really exciting expansion. A lot of cool cards. Let's do it. Are you guys ready? Say you're ready. We'll start once you guys are all ready. Say you're ready. Give me some yeps. Nope. Chat. You're letting down YouTube right now. Oh my god, it's nothing but nopes. Okay. All right, let's get it going. Demon Companion, starting with Demon Hunter. Demon Companion. 1 mana, summon a random Demon Companion. Now, you know I'm really prepared for this because I don't know what a Demon Companion is. Is there some information here? Demon Companion. Does that mean you just randomly get a demon? What is this card, chat? It's a dual class. I don't see the tokens. This is supposed to be... Everyone told me to use the main Hearthstone page. Okay? Look at this. And we use the main Hearthstone page, and there's literally no info about it. I can see the artist, Zoltan Boros. Okay, we got the information now. It's a Hunter, Demon Hunter dual class card. Man, it's hard to see because like the color scheme is like the same. So you can get a 1/2 Leok, a 2/1 charge, and a 2/2 taunt. 1/2 Leok, 2/1 charge, or 2/2 taunt. Wait, they're all good. Right? I mean, a 1/2 is kind of weird if you're playing it on 1. But they're all good. This card's really good. Really good. I would say sometimes it's a little underwhelming, but it's flexible. And even in the low roll situation, it's not that bad. I'm going to say this is we don't want to start out too high, right? We don't want to start out too crazy high. I'm going to say this one is a 4-star. Okay? It's somewhere between 4 and 4.5. I like it a lot. I think it'll be fun to play with. We'll start with a 4. Can't be handing out 5s right out of the gate, right? The next card is Double Jump. And it's 1 mana, draw an Outcast card from your deck. 1 mana to draw an Outcast card. Okay, so how good are Outcast cards? That's a question. And how likely are you to get Outcast cards in Arena? There's a decent number of them. But I don't know. I feel like Demon Hunter is so micro-adjusted that the chances you get a ton of really good Outcast cards is kind of low. Because again, this is all for Arena, right? It may be average, maybe slightly below average. I'll just go with it's an average card. No, let's go below average. I'm going to go with a 2.5. 2.5. It really depends on offering rates. Like how many Outcast cards do I get to see? Right? How many do I get? If I get to see a lot of them, sometimes they're nutty. Otherwise, it might be just completely undraftable. Next one. Look, we're flying through these. True Aim Crescent. 1 mana, 1/4, and this is another dual class. Yeah, okay. Dual class, a Demon Hunter. After your hero attacks a minion, your minions attack it too. After your hero attacks a minion. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, it wouldn't count as their normal attacks. So this card's good for Smork. All right, you hit face with your minions, and then you use this to hit a minion, and then you could trade with your minions after. Yeah? Good Smork card. I also just remembered one thing that I want to do for the review. I'm not going to go back and do it for that other card, because I think that card, the mini animal companion card, I gave it a good rating for both classes, but I'm going to start doing it for dual review. This is going to get a little complicated, but for cards where there's dual class, the left review is going to be for the left class based on the color. The right review is going to be for the right class, okay? So it's going to look something like this. All right, I know it's getting complicated. This is not the rating for this. This card is significantly higher because a 1-mana 1/4 weapon is already insane. And I think it's... Wait, is left Demon Hunter and right Hunter? Oh, no. I think right. Wait, chat. Which one is which? Which side? I think left is Demon Hunter, right? Okay. I think this is a 4.5 for both of them, though. I think even though this will be more relevant later, I think I'm going to give 4.5 for both of them. 4.5. You get a 4.5. You get a 4.5. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. All right. And then for the rest of the cards, I'm gonna just use the left rating. Okay? Make sense? Good. The next card is Ace Hunter Kreen. 3 mana 2/4. The text is your other characters are immune while attacking. But what the text should be is if your opponent can't kill it, they just lose. So the good news is it's a legendary. Okay? That's the good news. So we won't see it all that often. But it is a little understated. A 2/4 is not a great stat line. But AoE immunity, and it's your other character, so that's also your face. Like, everything's immune. If you guys remember Death Speaker, so the card reminds me a little bit of Death Speaker, but on, like, Omega steroids. And Death Speaker was a really good arena card. Like, a really good arena card. And this one, it's a Death Speaker that doesn't go away. So I think this, for me, this is a pretty easy 5. Yeah, I mean, it's again, legendary. Won't see it often, but if you do see it, it should be really, 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 really good. Okay. Next card is Mage Hunter. A 3 mana 2/3 rush. Whenever this attacks a minion, silence it. Whenever this attacks a minion, silence it. This card doesn't feel insane to me, especially in a class where there's a better silence. Like, you already have the 1 mana silence and draw a card, which is like a better version, more flexible version of a silence. Obviously in Arena, you don't get to always get that card, right? So how bad is a 3 mana 2/3 rush without the effect? Like, if you're just tempoing it out on turn 3, it's pretty bad. All right? It's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the effect means it can do something as Divine Shield and Death Rattle. But we're talking about Arena, right? So how often is it going to be exactly those minions? I don't think it's that great. I think it's like... And it doesn't cycle, right? You don't get a card from this. I think it's average or maybe slightly below average. I'm going to go with slightly below average on this one. It feels like more of a... I'm going to go with a 2.5. It feels like more of a constructed card. Like, maybe silence is just really premium. But, yeah. Not a huge fan. All right, the next card is Shard Shatter Mystic. 3 mana 3/2. Battlecry, destroy a soul fragment in your deck to deal 3 damage to all their minions. All right, so Is there an easy way to see a soul shard on here? Dreads, use the main Hearthstone page. It's so much better. Oh yeah, where's the obvious place to see that? Huh? It's not even there. So soul fragment, if I remember correctly, is when you draw it, it restores 2 health to your hero. Is that correct, chat? 2 health? So when if you draw it, it's casted and it's plus 2 health, right? Yeah. Okay. And so in this expansion, there's quite a few cards that make use of this mechanic. So you shuffle the soul shards into your deck, and then cards make use of the fact that they're in your deck to destroy them to have an effect, or summon something based on them being in your deck. And I'd say in general, these cards seem pretty strong. Of course, in Arena, you don't have the guarantee that you're going to get other cards with synergy. You might pick this card and never get a way to generate soul fragments. But I feel like with the offering bonus, there's a good chance you'll get a decent amount of them. So how good is this card? 3 mana, 3/2, deal 3 to all others. So it does hit your side. But that's still pretty nutty. It's cheap. Obviously, like a lot of these cards, you can set up the trades ahead of time, and then, you use it to your benefit. You won't always get the soul shards, and you'd have to play the soul shards before it, right? And if you have to tempo it, it's really bad. I'm going to be optimistic and say it's above average, but only slightly above average. I'm going to go with a 3.5. It depends on how often we're getting soul fragments. Because, like, yeah, and it's hard to have the perfect setup where you play like the 1 drop on 1 into this, etc. Okay, what else we got? Glide. 4 mana. Shuffle your hand into your deck. Draw 4 cards. Outcast, your opponent does the same. So if you're out of cards, which is the ideal situation to play this, it'd be 4 mana, draw 4. Which is pretty damn good. The outcast your opponent does the same is unlikely to be relevant in Arena. All right, in Constructed, I would assume that could be really annoying. All right, like it will mess up combo decks and things like that. But in Arena, it's unlikely your opponent has like 10 cards and then you like take away 6 cards, right? So I think it's probably more of a Constructed than Arena card. What do I want to rate it? If you have a full hand, then it becomes like unplayable, But 4 mana for the chance to draw 4 is pretty nutty. I'm kind of thinking it's a 3.5 again. Back-to-back 3.5, which also means I don't have to change my number. Let's go, baby. We'll do this with a 3.5 too. All right, Marrow Slicer. This one's pretty good. 4 mana, 4/2 weapon. Battle Cry, shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck. So, I think the best analogy I heard from this, I think it came from chat. It's like a true silver with delayed healing, but you could have synergy with the soul fragments, Like there's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. It's not like super premium, but it's definitely good. I'm gonna go with a 4 here. I feel like 4 is appropriate. Whoops. Yeah. Because another thing you have to remember with all these weapons, like we already saw the 1-cost weapon. Demon Hunters already have the Warblades on 3, already have Umberwing on 2. So you like sometimes in Arena, if you get too many of these weapons, it can become kind of awkward with using all the charges. But yeah, I still think 4 is fair. Next, Star Student Stellina. 4 mana, 4/3. Outcast. Look at 3 cards in your opponent's hand. Shuffle one of them into their deck. It's another troll card. Oh, what is this? What? Maybe I'm in the minority. I'm not a big fan of people stealing stuff from my hand. I don't think it's like a busted thing in Arena or anything. It's probably not even that good, but I don't want people to take stuff from my hand. That's not fun. It's like MCT. I don't want people to steal stuff from my board and put it on their board. Not a fan. Okay, so how good is this? It's a 4 mana 4/3, and it gives you information about their hand, and you get to remove a card. It's not terrible, because the information is pretty damn valuable in Arena. Because unlike Instructor, where you generally know what people have in their deck, in Arena, knowing what to play around, it's like you're sniping dreads. Of course, none of you would ever do that. I know, of course not. But this is a fair way to do it. Okay, I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. I'm thinking either 3.5 or 4. I'm gonna go with 4. I'm gonna go with a 4. Plus, don't have to change the rating again. I'm gonna give it a 4. All right, next card. Vile Fiend Trainer. Remember, it's also Outcast? Oh, wait. Oh, it has to be Outcast. Oh, I may have forgotten about that fact. Oh, that makes it worse. That makes it actually a lot worse. Oh, we're gonna have a doomy over here. Yeah, no. It gets cut. It's dropping to a 3. Yeah. I forgot about the Outcast keyword. Yeah, we're going down to a 3. Okay, all right. Moving on. Minor adjustment. Next card, Vile Fiend Trainer. 4 mana 5/4. Outcast, summon 2 1/1 demons. Ooh. I hadn't seen this card before. This card's good. Because at worst, it's a 4 mana 5/4. Which is pretty solid. How are 4 mana 5/4s doing in this expansion and in this current meta? There's a lot of 3/6s, but 5/4s do okay against 3/6s. There's not a lot of 3 mana 4/3s, are there? So I think the 5/4 stat line is actually pretty good, right? Because I'm seeing it's a lot of 3/4s on in this expansion at least. I think it's quite good. I'm gonna say it's a. Because if you play it Outcast, it's a ton of stats. Yeah. There's the Frostweaver, the 3-drop, but outside of that, there's not that many right now. So I think this card's really good. It's either we'll go with a 4. That's a 3. I got debated because the other one was a 4 and then we changed it. I'm gonna go with a 4. Seems good. All right, Blood Herald. 5 mana 1/1. This is a dual class Demon Hunter card. Whenever a friendly minion dies while this is in your hand, gain +1/+1. Is this like the Omega garbage version of Corridor Creeper in a way? Wait, there was a card kind of like this. Hold on. It was also terrible in Arena. Was it Bolvar? The card that gained attack, I think, every time something died or something like that. Yeah, there was also that skeleton card too. Yeah, the one that yeah, okay. Basically, they're all bad. So this is terrible. Like it if you have it early in your hand, so I'll give a review for both Hunter and Demon Hunter. I mean, for this one, honestly, I feel like it's about the same. I think in Arena it's bad. So I'm gonna just actually do one rating because I think for here it's about the same. I'm gonna say I guess if you have it early though, it could be kind of good. But it would take so many stats to get it decent. Like you would need to have 4 minions die for it to be a 5-mana 5/5. And then it's only okay. I'm gonna go with a 1.5. I don't like it. 1.5. Yeah, it's friendly minions. Yeah. Yes, sure. I see chat saying I'm gonna die to a 2020 of this. Yeah, that will happen. But still, on average, it sucks. Okay? Just because it happens to me. Soul Shard. Oh, pronunciation. Oh, no. Soul Shard Lapidary. I'm going with Lapidary. No idea if that's right, but that's what I'm going with. 5 mana 5/5. Battlecry. Destroy a soul fragment in your deck to give your hero +5 attack this turn. Why has it got to be 5? Anyone know? Would this have not been good at 4? Why does it have to be 5? It's still playable probably at 3? 5? 5's a lot. A lot. Lapidary? Okay, people are trying to save me. Lapidary, okay. How good is it? Again, you only get the benefit if you draft the soul fragment cards, but you have until turn 5 to play just one of them. I think it's quite good. It's not guaranteed, but when it hits, it's insane. Like when it hits, it's absolutely insane. I feel like a 4 is probably fair. Maybe it's a 4.5 actually, because you aren't that upset playing a 5 mana 5/5. 5 mana 5/5 feel kind of bad. If it's not active, it will feel kind of bad. I'll go with a 4. There's too many good 5s that just kind of dunk it. All right. Cycle of Hatred. This feels like kind of a name for Twitch chat. A cycle of making fun of me and KEKWing me every day for the rest of my life until I finally give up the streaming thing. Okay, getting off subject. Cycle of Hatred, 7 mana, deal 3 damage to all minions, summon a 3/3 spirit for every minion killed. So it's double-sided. Summon a 3/3 spirit for every mana killed. Or every minion killed. So in the ideal situation, this card is game winning. Like it's probably something you do want to play around. Because if you leave everything at 3 and they get like 4 kills, even if they kill their own stuff, it's not that bad because they get a 3/3 back for it, right? I think it is expensive. Compare this to Chaos Nova. Chaos Nova, for 5 mana, you can deal 4 to the board. So it does more to the board, but you don't get the summon. I think it's like a 4. I don't think it's higher than a 4. I think 4 is probably fair. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like Flame Strike, but the big thing here is it hits your own board, right? So you don't care if it's your own board if they're tokens, then it can be better for you. But if you have bigger minions and hits your own board, it's kind of like I think 4 is fair. All right. Fell Guardians. 7 mana, summon 3 1/2 demons with taunt. Costs 1 less whenever a friendly minion dies. Wait, we can toss this one into the garbage with that other card, that bat-looking card. I mean, to be fair, this is not an arena card, right? Like, this is the idea is you're building a tokeny Demon Hunter deck, you know, and it's got a different purpose. I mean, even if you get it, let's say you play it for free, which is the ideal scenario. 3/1/2 demons with taunt. And that's annoying, but And it's only a friendly minion dies. It's not all minions die. It's okay. I think it's I think it's better than the other card. I think it's better than the other card with a similar like effect, but I'm gonna say it 2. 2 feels good. Ancient Voidhound, aka the suck card. And I'm not saying bad. I'm saying suck. Suckage. 9 mana, 10/10. At the end of your turn, steal 1 attack and health from all enemy minions. So it's an interesting card. You gain you get the stats from enemy minions, and ideally you use it in a way where you finish off minions, so you also kill some stuff on the enemy's board. And if your opponent has a big board, it's kind of interesting because you could play this, and if they don't have lethal, you could end up with like a 15/15 or something, where if they don't deal with it, you might have lethal coming back the other way, right? The thing is, I don't think it's that great. Because stealing 1 attack and health. 1 attack and 1 health. Like, 1 health is unlikely to do enough, right? On turn 9. Like, Dread Infernal is great, but that comes out on turn 6. 1 attack... 1 attack means it does drop a lot of the damage, but it just feels like it would need to do like 2 attack and 2 health to be really bonkers kind of thing. I'm gonna say it's like, is it average? I feel like it's about average. Let's go with a 3. Because there will be times where it's kind of, it's great and game winning and it is a threat, but yeah, like you could pull this from Pit Commander or whatever that card is, the one that the chat drafted like 3 of at some point in the chat draft. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to chat trying to do that. That'll be fun. You guys think that card's really good? Okay. All right, chat. We'll see. 9 mana. 9. 9 mana. 9. All right. Moving on. Lightning Bloom. Lightning Bloom. 0 mana. Oh, we're moving on here. Wait. We're into a new class. Whoa, hold on. Is this... Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. I want to make sure I don't mess this thing up. Is this the one I want to do next? Sure, I guess. Why not? It's alphabetical? Okay. Okay, sure. Druid makes sense. Okay. All right. Just double checking. So, I also want to make a mark. This is where we started doing Druid. Okay. Druid start. Poggers. Druid time. Okay. Lightning Bloom. 0 mana. Gain 2 mana crystals this turn only. Overload 2. Druid Shaman dual class card. So what are the cool things you could do right now with this in Arena? There's no like 4 mana 7/7s you could get out on turn 2 or something. I don't know. Mana cheat like this is normally best in constructed because you can use it to, combo with Malagos and stuff, right? Now Eye of the Storm comes out 1 turn early. That would be great. But again, it like even in those cases, it requires a lot of setup. I don't think it's good. Because I don't think you want to pay a card for this effect. Because if you top deck it in the late game, it's a dead card. It's not even necessarily that great in the early game either because of the overload. So I think it's pretty bad. I'm going to say really bad. I'm going to go with a 1.5. I don't like it. Do I want to give a separate rating for Druid or Shaman? Not really. I feel like a card like this, it's going to be kind of meh no matter what. 1.5. All right. Is that a gibber? Chat? Is that the return of the gibber? You guys remember gibber? What expansion was that? You didn't end up with like 7 gibbers on your board. The old card was whenever this attacks, add a gibber to your hand. So if they couldn't ping it off, you could all of a sudden have a board full of gibbers. It was actually kind of underrated. It wasn't that bad. Okay. Gibberling. 1 mana, 1/1, Spellburst, summon a Gibberling. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is the first time we've seen Spellburst, or maybe I missed it in the last. I think this is the first time we've seen it. So yeah, Spellburst is a new mechanic in Scholomance Academy. And what this means is the first time you cast a spell while this card's in play, you get the effect. It can only happen once, but it doesn't have to be on the first turn that you play the card. It can be a few turns later if it lives. Yeah, a new mechanic. This card feels like it doesn't do enough, right? Because, I think Spellburst in general is going to be less reliable in Arena because you might not have that many spells. And to use your Spellburst to generate another Gibberling, and then the only way to generate another Gibberling is to Spellburst again, I think it's pretty garbage. I'm going to send it straight to the dumpster. You get a 1. Straight to the trash where you belong, Gibber. All right. Nature Studies. 1 mana, discover a spell. Your next one costs 1 less. Discover a spell, your next one costs 1 less. So there are a few of these type of cards in the expansion. I'm a big fan of them. I like Discover. What it means is the Discover is basically free because you can play it, and then if you want to play it, play the card that you get, it's minus 1 on it, right? So I think they're really good because it's flexible. Again, if you think to like Renew and Priest is great. The health is an added bonus with Renew, but it doesn't have the cost reduction. So I think all of these cards are pretty good. How good? I'm gonna say it's between like a 4 and a 4.5. I'll go with a 4. I think 4 is fair. But it's really fun, like I know some of us are really tryhards and don't care about the fun, but I like to have fun, and Discover is fun. Yes, fun. Next card, Partner Assignment. 1 mana, add a random 2 cost and 3 cost beast to your hand. So I'll get owls, and my opponents will get Elix. My opponents get 3/4s, and I get owls for 3 costs. Is that how this is going to work? I think it's pretty good. It's one of the rare times where it's a 1 cost card that doesn't do anything on 1 necessarily, but you probably keep in your opening hand because it fills in your curve 2/3, right? So in Arena, having something to guaranteed play on 2 and 3 is valuable. So I think it's quite good. I'm gonna say it's not like a 5, right? I don't think it's that good. It's like a 4. We'll just go 4 again. Run it back with 4. It might be like, I'd say this one's more between 3.5 and 4. Because like some of the 3 cost and 2 cost beasts probably aren't great. I mean, you know, to do a full analysis on this, you'd have to go through and see what all of the beasts are that you could get. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's curve filler, and on average, it's probably decent stuff. Okay. Groundskeeper. 4 mana, 4/5. Taunt. Battle cry if you're holding a spell that costs 5 or more, restore 5 health. So do we have confirmation that you can restore health to anything? I would assume, because it just says restore 5 health, not restore health to your hero, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, so it's a targeted heal. Damn, poor Yeti, huh? Poor Yeti. Yeah, so it's just a super power creep Yeti. I'm just thinking about how valuable taunt is. You will have. We should also think about how likely you are to have a spell that costs 5 or more. Maybe I'll do 2 separate reviews for this one, because I think it's easier to get expensive spells in Druid than in Shaman, I want to say. Probably. It's off the top of my head. I don't know. They both have very expensive spells and more coming in this expansion. Maybe it's about even. I'm going to say this is actually also a 4. Is it not a 4.5? My last 2 were 4s. I kind of feel like it's maybe better. Let's go 4.5. Worst case, it's a Yeti with taunt. That's still quite good. I'll go with a 4.5. Oh boy. Okay, this is a good time to have a drink of your favorite beverage. Wonder what happened, where Hearthstone changed. Oh boy. This card is Twilight Runner. It's a 5 mana 5/4 beast with stealth, which stealth is really important for this card. Whenever this attacks, draw 2 cards. 2? Why not 1? Because the thing about this card is because it's stealthed, you're almost always going to get the 2 cards. There are some things that kill it, right? Like Twin Tyrant could wreck it. Twin Tyrant will still be around. Flame Strike, for example, can still wreck it. But assuming you get it out before Tyrant comes down, you're going to at least get 2 cards. And the crazy thing is, although it's unlikely it'll get to attack again, because people will be like, oh crap, I got to kill that thing, it can give you 2 more cards. So every time you attack with it, you could get 2 additional cards. So it's great. It's really, really, really good. It's between a 4.5 and a 5. I'm trying to think about what I hold my 5s for. I'll give it a 5. If I gave the last thing a 4.5, we'll give this thing a 5. It's pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty. Okay. Forest Warden Omu. 6 mana 5/4. Spellburst, refresh your mana crystals. So at first glance, so again, this is a legendary. At first glance, it doesn't strike me as an arena card. Now, I could be wrong, right? It feels... Because, okay, in the ideal scenario, you play it on turn 10, you play swipe, and then you get 10 more mana, right? Or, yeah, turn 8, you play this in Wrath, and then you get 8 more mana. I mean, that is nutty, but like, how likely are you going to have the perfect setup for it? Like, you need to be able to have mana. I mean, if it goes off, it's going to be good, right? But if you don't have a spell, it's horrible, right? Unlike a lot of the cards that have upside, this has big upside, but a 6 mana 5/4 is awful. Like, really, really, really bad. You can like never just tempo it. And And if you have expensive cards, expensive spells, you might have to wait till turn 10. So I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on it. I think it's maybe slightly above average. Maybe. I'll go with a 3.5. I think you could be, because of the potential, I feel like you can go above a 3 here. Okay, next card. And by the way, for anyone like talking to me in chat, I don't really catch that many messages during the the card review, so it's not that I hate you. It's just I try to get through this somewhat effectively. Okay, somewhat. All right, moving on. Runic Carvings, 6 mana, dual class Druid Shaman. Choose one. Summon 4 2/2 Treant totems, or overload 2 to summon them with Rush. 6 mana for 4 2/2s is like okay. It's kind of like Force of Nature, right? But for 1 more mana, you get 1 more 2/2. It's like, oh, it's okay, right? That I'd say that's like maybe an average card. The Overload does give you some extra utility, where it can be an AoE, you know. But even in that case, you're paying 8 mana for that effect. I don't think this card's that great. I think it rarely will be good. I think it's like average. I'm gonna go with a 3. This one is, especially with the power level of stuff coming, I looked at this and I'm like, eh. And I mean, Druid versus Shaman, I don't think it matters too much for this card. Like, there's a little bit of Trance energy in Druid, so maybe it'd be slightly higher there, but I think it's still about that. All right. Survival of the Fittest. 10 mana. Give +4/+4 to all minions in your hand, deck, and battlefield. It's not good. I can tell you guys that much. The ideal of this card, or the idea of this card, is that you probably want to use it with Kael'thas, right? So like you play it in Constructed and get it out, early, where it actually can do something. 10 mana. I mean, people clear your board when you play Druid anyways. So the chances you have a giant board are able to play and just smack them seems pretty unlikely. I guess you don't need a huge buff. Okay, let me think about this one a little bit more. Okay, so let's say you have like 3 2/2s on the board. They're all of a sudden 7 6s. I mean, that's a lot of stats. And it's in your hand, deck, and battlefield. 6 6s. Okay, yeah. Whatever. Same difference. Wait, no, 7 6s. If you have 3 2s, what's 4 + 3? 7. What's 4 + 2? 6. 7 6s. What do you mean? Correcting me. What do you mean? A 3 2, 3 + 4, what's 2 + 4? No. I said 3 3/2s. Okay, let's move on. First off, I'm going to close this because it's starting to give me glare. Chat trying to argue. How dare they? How dare they? Now this card, now I'm having a hard time evaluating it. It's not awful, but if you're off the board, so here's the thing. If you're off the board, it's unplayable. You can't pay 10 mana for this. So if you're losing, it's like dead. There's no way you can pay 10 mana for it and come back. There's no way. So it's good if you're ahead just a little bit, you probably win. But I think in general, it's going to be. The thing is, even if you hit just 1 minion, then the next couple of turns you are going to have big swings, huh? Damn, this is a hard card to think about. I think there's potential, so I'm going to say it's not bad. I'm going to say it's like, let's go with slightly above average. I'll go with 3.5. I'm going to hedge on the fact that there are situations where it will be good, right? Like if you have just a little bit of stuff on the board and you have like taunts in hand or something, like your opponent will have to end the game very fast, right? Because otherwise you just drop giant minions each turn. So I think the fact that it buffs your hand is a huge deal. I'll go with 3.5. All right. Adorable Infestation. 1 mana. This is a Druid Hunter dual class card. Give a minion +1/+1. Summon a 1/1 cub and add a cub to your hand. You guys want to see how cute the cub is? What do you guys think? Honestly, don't think it's that cute. Tiny Fin's way cuter. That little penguin dude, cuter too. Cute cat, cuter. I think it's kind of creepy. Like I'd rate its cuteness level like a 2.5, maybe average cuteness. Just saying. Anyhow, okay, how good is this card? +1/1 and a 1/1. So it's very good tempo. If you have something on the board, it's very good tempo. And it is a curve filler because you can also get, like, let's say you play it on turn 2, you can also play the 1/1 cub from hand too. So I think it's pretty solid in those classes too, right? Like Druid and Hunter. I think it's actually probably a little bit better. It feels a little better in Druid to me. So I'm actually going to do 2 ratings for this one. I think in Druid, it's like a 4. And in Hunter, it's like a 3.5. Is that fair? 4.5 feels a little high. 4 for Druid and Hunter 3.5. I'll go with that. It definitely is flexible and can turn the early game. All right. Could be cuter. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Carrion Studies. 1 mana. Discover a Death Rattle minion. Your next one costs 1 less. Hi, Cookie. You okay? Is a card review boring you? I'm sorry. Hang in there, okay? Hang in there, little one. I think she's mad that I made less sun come in through the window. She's pissed off at me now. Carrion Studies. 1 mana, discover a Death Rattle minion. Your next one costs 1 less. All right, so again, another one of these studies cards. Death Rattle minions. Death Rattle minions should be above average, right? It's better than just discovering a minion. Would you guys agree? Probably. I mean, you think about like high main and stuff, right? And especially in Hunter, it's your next Death Rattle minion would cost 1 less. I think it should be better than just a regular minion, and again, you can find it for curve. You guys get a little look at Cookie. No more. Can't focus on the kitty today. 4 to 4.5. It's got to be. It's got to be 4 to 4.5. 4? I'll go with 4. I'll go with 4. Give it a 4. And yeah, we're moving on to Hunter now. Okay, good point. Yeah, we're on to... Are we on to Hunter? We are. We're on to Hunter. Wow, Hunter time. Let's do it. Smirkage time. Overwhelm. 1 mana, deal 2 damage to a minion. Deal 1 more damage for each beast you control. Oh no. This thing's pretty busted. The only bad thing about this card is it can't go face. But Arcane Shot, oftentimes use it to clear stuff for like early tempo. If you have a couple tokens, as long as they're beasts, you could do, 3 or 4 damage. It's definitely good. I don't think it's insane because, like, okay, the best situation is you go like Unleash, right? You go Unleash, summon 4 things. This thing does like 6 damage to a minion, you clear the board, right? But again, those situations won't arise all that often in Arena. I'm gonna go with a 3.5. Kind of depends on how many beasts we get, Like, this is the start of Hunter, so it's hard for me to remember all that beast. It's somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4. Okay. Wolper Tinger. Wait, this little dude is cuter than that pup. Wolper Tinger. 1 mana, 1/1. Battlecry, summon a copy of this. Alley Cat is back, chat. Alley Cat is back. It's actually technically a better version of Alley Cat, because if you buff the first one, then the second one will also be buffed. But yeah, in Arena, 99% of the time it's Alley Cat. But Alley Cat's great. Like, Alley Cat still is a premium 1-drop. In an aggressive class, I think it's a 4.5. Like, even just as an Alley Cat, it's probably close to 4.5. You have a small chance to buff it. It should be really good. Okay. Dude, look at the gut on this dude. Bloated Python. 3 mana beast tag. 1 mana 1/2. Death Rattle, summon a 4/4 hapless handler. Alright. So it can attack. It's not like an egg. 3 mana 1/2, and you get a 4/4. It's delayed stats, but it's a lot of stats. And, obviously Death Rattle synergy would be really good with it. Which is hard to pull off in Arena, but I do draft a lot of the 4-drop Lion card. I forget the exact name of it. The 4 mana 5/2 rush copy. It would curve into this card. Copy a Death Rattle. Something Lion. Whatever that card is. It would be insane with it. And I put out a decent amount of combos with that. I don't love it being a 1/2 the first turn, but I think it's good. I think it's like a 3.5 or 4. I'll go with a 4. Seems good. Mok'Nathal Lion, is that it? Mok'Nathal. Professor Slate. 3 mana 3/4 legendary. Your spells are poisonous. So there's no stat penalty for this one. It's a 3 mana 3/4, even if you just have to tempo it on 3. Obviously, the spells that stand out for this one are like Rapid Fire, Arcane Shot, any cheap spell, which makes comboing with it really good. It's good. It's very good. I'm just thinking about, how often it will just be a spider tank in Arena. Probably a decent amount of the time. But its flexibility does make it good. I'm gonna go with a 4.5. I think 4.5 fair. Very good. Here's a pro tip, chat. Okay, I don't give these out often, but if your opponent has a secret up and they play this card, and you have a big board, please don't go face, because an explosive shot will kill all your shit. And then that'd be embarrassing. So just don't do that, okay? I don't want to hear about it. Hopefully I don't do it. Shandow Wildclaw. This is a Druid Hunter dual class legendary. 3 mana 3/3, choose one. Give beasts in your deck +1/+1, or transform into a copy of a friendly beast. Think about it as, again, an Arena, like, how much of your deck is going to be beasts? Like, playing a 3/3 is kind of eh. You know, if you have a lot of beasts, having +1/+1 on all of them could be good, but I don't think you're gonna have a ton of beasts. The transform into a copy of a friendly beast option could be really good tempo though, right? We just saw this dude, right? So if there are a decent amount of death rattles and we saw this too. So it seems like there's going to be a decent amount of death rattle stuff with it. So yeah, I do think this one is a lot better in Hunter than Druid. Whoops, we almost skipped ahead. All right, so I think my Hunter or my Druid score for this, I'm going to say my Druid score is like a 3.5. Druid 3.5. Hunter 4. If you get a lot of death rattle stuff, it could be great. It could be like a 4.5 or something though. Oh, the Hunter color is first. Oh crap. Oh no. Order lull. Okay. Fine. Here we go. Oh my god. Let me fix it. There we go. Okay. All right. Happy now? Yeah. 4 for Hunter, 3.5. Wait. Yeah, 4 for Hunter, 3.5 for Druid. It messes... You know why I got debated here? Look. For the other ones, they had it right here, where the left was Druid, and the right would Hunter. But for some reason, on this one, they didn't do it, and now it messes with me. You see? It's not my problem. It's the website, okay? All right, okay, moving on. Crowlusk Bark Stripper. 4 mana 3/5 spell burst. Destroy a random enemy minion. It's got the beast tag. Spell burst, destroy a random enemy minion. Why would I play this? Well, can I just play a 5 mana 6/5 that just does it if I'm holding a dragon? Huh? What is this thing? I need this. It's still good. It's still quite good. Like you could play this, and then for 3 mana you play Deadly Shot, and then you could get like if there's 2 minions on board, you guarantee hit both of them. You know, like there's definitely it definitely is good. And again, if you use like Arcane Shot or Rapid Fire and stuff. There's definitely times where this will be a blowout card. And if you have to tempo it, it's not the end of the world. A 3/5, it's okay. I'm going to go with I think it's like a 4, though. I don't know if it's quite a 4.5. It's kind of crazy upside. I'm going to stick with a 4. 4, because I don't love the 3/5 stat line right now. We saw quite a few 5/4s, and there's 3/6s and stuff, so Stick with 4. Wait, I did the wrong rating. That was the right rating, but it's okay. Moving on. It's fine. It's fine. Teacher's pet. How many of this is you? Guys, I was kind of a teacher's pet when I was like a little one, like elementary school. I actually did my homework and stuff. What a nerd. Okay, a 5 mana 4/5. Taunt, Death Rattle, summon a random 3-cost beast. 5 mana Yeti, and you get a random 3-cost beast. It's good, right? It's good. It's above average. Just thinking about like Sludge Belcher. This one, the second part doesn't have taunt, but it gives you better stats, right? I think it's quite good. 4? I'm gonna go with a 4. It's like 4. Could even, honestly? Oh, it's Druid Hunter, dual class. Oh, same thing. Okay, wait, we're gonna do this again. Left side is Hunter. I think it's, wait, no, it's the same, right? For this, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's slightly better for Hunter, but like, it's pretty much the same. Okay, back to just having one thing. Oh, God. Oh, I just clicked the wrong. Oh, okay, we're back. We're back. Don't make fun of my technology. We're back. I think it's a 4. It's between a 4 and a 4.5. What do you guys think? 4 or 4.5? We'll lifeline the chat for this one. More 4.5s or more 4s? What do the peppy stars think? It's close. 4 is fair. 4.5, 4.04. Do I see 4.25? Do I see 4.45? Someone used the popsicle emote 5 times, which creeps me out. All right, I'm sticking with the 4 then. Okay, Guardian Animals. 7 mana. Summon 2 beasts that cost 5 or less from your deck. Give them Rush. Druid Hunter class card. So the idea is you summon those 5/4 ridiculous stealth draw card guys, and then they get attack immediately, and then you draw. But yeah, this card definitely has constructed written all over it. Yeah, it's not because the problem is in most arena decks you're going to have a lot of really cheap beasts, and paying 7 mana for this is not good. So it's pretty bad. I'll give it a 2. I'm not going to separate it for the classes. I feel like 2 for both of them is fine. It's, yeah. Okay. On to the Mage. Everyone stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drink your water and your coffee. Lab Partner. 1 mana 1/3 +1 spell damage. So Mage is a class that does really well with spell damage. Like I've been a big fan of Arcane Explosion because of the Explorer Mage card. And just in general, cheap AoE is so good. And this is another card that works really well with it. Unlike Kobold Geomancer, it's actually good to play on curve too. Like a 1/3 is very premium on 1. Only the Dirty Priest class gets 1/4s, you know? It's very good. Either you play it on 1 or you hold it for combos, probably. I'm going to say it's like a 4, though. Like, I don't think it's quite like 5 level. We definitely have some spells that are coming that are good with it. But, yeah, definitely good. Cram Session. 2 mana, draw 1 card, improved by spell damage. How often will you draw more than 1 from this? Like, sure, it combos with this card. And sure, like, there's some more stuff coming for it, but it's going to be rare. Like, most of the time it will be 2 mana, draw 1. And I'd say almost always, like, the best case is 2 cards. And 2 mana draw 2 is good, but it's not like, oh my god, we win the game kind of thing. I think it's a little below average. I'm going to go with a 2, 2.5. I feel like it's 2. It's going to be hard to make the spell power thing work. 2 mana draw card's not good. I'm going to go with a 2. But we'll see. Maybe after all the spell damage, Pogger stuff will change our mind. Combustion. 3 mana. Deal 4 damage to a minion. Any excess damages both neighbors. So it's really good. Right? It's really good. So the idea in positioning will matter for this. Right? Like you want to have the big minion in the middle, kind of like reverse positioning for Meteor. So if you do 2 damage to the middle thing, then you get... So the excess damage, just to make sure I understand this card correctly, if you do 2 damage to the middle minion, you would do 2 damage to the other sides, right? It doesn't split it up even more. It wouldn't be like 2, 1, and 1. It would be excess on both sides, right? Okay, yeah. I'm going to say this card is... Like, mages love shit like this. Like, Volcanic Potion used to be great. I think it's a 4.5. Because you can use it as a Shadow Bolt. Normally, you'll be using it as, you know, as an AoE of some sort. It's kind of hard to play around. I think it's really good. Firebrand. 3 mana, 3/4. You notice the trend. Like a lot of these 3 drops with positive effects have good stat lines too. Firebrand. So 3 mana, 3/4. Spell burst. Deal 4 damage randomly split among all enemy minions. Mage has quite a few cheap spells right now. Like obviously they still have Arcane Explosion. I forget the name of the card. The 1-cost discover a spell that's 3 or less. You can like chain with those. Arcane Breath is in right now. So like turn 4, there's a pretty good chance you're going to hit by this plus a 1-cost. Does spell burst occur before or after the spell you cast? I would guess after. Chat, you can correct me, but I would assume it's after. Okay. Yeah, so it's like you can set it up well. Like deal damage to something, then you know how much is left, etc., etc. If you want to like deal like a single target to something and then make sure you get the damage distribution. It's great. I don't think it's a 5. I think it's a 4.5. 5's too much. 5? 5? Because you have to have a spell in hand for it to be that level. You know? You have to. Does spell burst trigger if there's no valid target? I would assume it does. Do we have confirmation on that one? I would assume that you could waste the spell burst effect if there's no enemy minions. Like, so you'd want to try to set that up. I'm going to assume that. But I don't know. All right, moving on. Mozaki Master Duelist. 5 mana, 3/8. After you cast a spell, gain spell damage +1. Why does it have 8 health? Why does it have 8 health? You know how annoying that thing is? Like, it's not easy to kill. A 5 mana 3/8 is pretty good. That stat line's not bad. You're getting 11 stat points. So even just playing it without getting an effect, I still think it's pretty decent. It's above average. I don't know how much above average. Because you play this and you have to like play a couple other spells, then get a spell, like an Arcane Explosion for a big effect. It's between a 3.5 and a 4 for me. I'm going to go with a 3.5. I'll go with a 3.5. Okay. Worm Weaver. 5 mana, 3/6. Spell burst. Summon 2 1/3 mana worms. 2 mana worms. Question. I would assume the mana worms don't get buffed by the spell that triggers the spell burst. Right? Yes or no on that? They do not? Okay. Yeah, so that makes it a little bit worse. I don't like the stat line too much on this one. Like, if you're just tempoing out a 5 mana 3/6, it feels pretty bad. It feels like more of a constructed card, because Mana Worms in Arena... I'm going to go with like a 3. This is between a 3 and a 2.5 for me. Don't love it. All right. First day of school. 0 mana. Wait, 0 mana? I don't have to spend any mana on this, and we're now into Paladin, by the way. Boom. Paladonger time. Raise your dongers, chat. It's Paladonger time. First day of school. 0 mana. Add 2 random 1-cost minions to your hand. Oh, boy. So the thing about this card, we've had cards kind of like this in the past, but they've been pull it from your deck. This card, it just adds them to your hand, so you don't even have to draft them. It's really good. And, you know, you obviously keep in your opening hand, and they get instant tempo. I'm going to say it's a 4.5. Because there are quite a few high roll cards from this. Is that too high? Hold on, let me think about it. Wait a second. We have Jar Dealer. The thing about Jar Dealer, though, is Jar Dealer starts as a 1/1. So a 1/1's kind of crappy for 1 mana. This, you get 2 1-drops. So you're probably going to do better than that. I think 4.5 is okay. Yeah. Shield of Honor. Paladin Warrior dual class card. 1 mana. Give a damage minion +3 attack and divine shield. So it's kind of like, I don't know how many of you guys remember. Let me take this rating off the board for now. You guys remember like a Seal of Champs? It's kind of like Seal of Champs, except it's 2 mana cheaper, but it's got a distinction, right? It has to be damaged. I honestly think because it requires the damaged, it might be a little hard to use sometimes in Arena. Because, like, oftentimes you just have like a 2-drop on the board, you want to buff it and then like kill something with it, right? And it will be unplayable if it's not damaged. So obviously in Construct it'll be nutty because you know you have tons of ways to damage your minions. I think it's actually better in Warrior than Paladin because Warrior has more ways to damage stuff and benefits more from damaging stuff. So I feel like you give two different reviews. The thing is, it's easier to make use of buffs in Paladin because you have the hero power. Huh. It's still good though, right? I think it's still good. I'm gonna go with it. I think it's like probably like a 4 in Warrior. Warrior's on the left here. I'm gonna go with a 4 in Warrior. And then Paladin, I'll go with a 3.5. Because the thing about it is, when it works, it's insane tempo. 1 mana to buff and get a free kill. It's nutty. But I think a lot of the time you're not going to have anything. You're not going to have a damaged minion, and then you won't be able to play it. It's just going to be like kind of weird. So I don't know. I'm going to go with this. We'll see how it plays out. Okay. Wave of Apathy. 1 mana, Paladin Priest dual class. Set the attack of all enemy minions to 1 until your next turn. Kind of reminds me of that Warlock card. That was, what was the name of the mechanic? Where you could cast it more than once a turn? Chat, you guys know what I'm talking about. It was 2 mana Echo. Yeah, 2 mana Echo, and you reduce all enemy minions by 2 attack. Curse of Weakness, yeah. But that one was more expensive, so it's like a really good version of that card, I'd say. The idea of this card, I would say, is like, okay, in Priest, you use it to stall out for a big clear. Something like that. In Paladin, you probably try to use it to make trades on the board, right? Attack of all enemy minions to 1. But you need to have the board for it to be good in like that Paladin case. This is a hard card to evaluate. Because if you're losing, it might buy you another turn, but I don't know if that's that great. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. I think in both classes it's kind of eh. I'm gonna go with I'm going to go with a 2. It's going to do 2 for both of them. I'm not a big fan. Like, yeah, if you have the board, it can give you a free kill. Sure. But, and it can save you some damage, but you pay a whole card for that. I don't like it. I'm going to say no. I know it's to my next turn. I know. Still don't like it. When you're behind, you can help you stick something as Paladin. Yeah, that's fine. I still don't like it. Okay, I'm going to go with the 2. We'll see how it pans out. Argent Braggart. Oh, boy, chat. We've had some kind of tame ones. This card is like the ultimate why. Why? Why do we need this? What for what reason is this a card? I hate this card. I hate it. Okay, I guess I should say what the card is before I go ranting. 2 mana, Argent Braggart. Battlecry, gain. So it's a 2 mana 1/1. Battlecry, gain attack and health to match the highest in the battlefield. So my understanding of this card is it takes the highest attack and the highest health. It can be from separate minions. And then it puts it onto this thing. So it's the only time where this card's not going to be really good is like on turn 2 if your opponent didn't play anything, right? Because then it's like, it's a 2 mana 1/1, right? But if you should think of this card as like a mid to late game card where you can fit it into your curve and play it along with another drop to make a big, like a 6/6 for 2 mana or something. I hate it though because it doesn't really require a lot of setup. It's just like you play it and you get wrecked. I'll go with a 4.5. I think because of the potential, it is that high. Like I don't think it's a 5 because there are some times where it's going to be kind of like but whoops. It's clearly, you guys all think it's clearly a 5? But on turn 2, it's nothing. And what if you don't have anything on the board? I guess even if you play like a Yeti, right? Then you can play like Yeti and like this and 2 Yetis. Okay, fine. We'll go 5. I think it's up there. All right? Fine. Are you happy? You guys gonna not riot in the chat? We'll make it a 5. I do think it's very good. What happens when this guy meets Hoot Hoot? Huh? Argent Braggart versus Owl. Who wins, idiots? Okay. Ceremonial Maul. 3 mana 2/2 Paladin Warrior dual class card. Spellburst, summon a student with taunt and stats equal to the spell's cost. 3 mana 2/2 weapon is kind of Spell's cost. Ooh. Oh. We're getting some cards that are going to be annoying with this. It feels like it's better in Paladin. Like, significantly better in Paladin, because I'm thinking of, like, buff cards. Like, we're going to get that 5 cost buff. We haven't talked about Kings. So I think it's definitely better in Paladin. It's still okay in Warrior, but... Because Warrior has some, like, cheap... but cheap spells aren't very good with it. And yeah, Spellburst on a weapon is definitely, like, cheaper to store. In effect, because it's not going to get removed as likely unless they have ooze. Okay, so how good is this? If you just use it for the weapon effect, it's not that good. All right, so Warrior, I'm going to say it's like a... I feel like in Warrior, it's only like a 3. And in Paladin, I feel like it's a 4. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, that seems fair. Okay. Boom. Moving on. Blistering Pace. Gift of Luminance. 3 mana. Give a minion Divine Shield and then summon a 1/1 copy of it. It's a Paladin Priest dual class card. Definitely feels like more of a Paladin card than a Priest card to me. Because it's more like tempo and you have the board. So I think it's better in Paladin. If you give... So it summons a copy of it. Which means if you give a Divine Shield to like a Death Rattle minion, you copy the Death Rattle. It's not just stats. It's like stats and effects. Yeah, you could also use it on an enemy minion. Sure. Kind of like Psych Split, for example. 3 mana for Divine Shield and a 1/1 copy. I don't think it's great. I'm going to say in Paladin, it's okay. I feel like in Paladin, it's like a 3.5. And in Priest, I'm going to say it's like a 3, maybe. I don't think it's below average because it has blowout potential. But we'll go with this. 3.5 Paladin, 3 Priest. Goody 2 Shields. 3 mana 4/2. Divine Shield. Okay, so it's just a 3 mana 4/2 with Divine Shield. Spell Burst, gain Divine Shield. How good is a 3 mana 4/2 with Divine Shield? It's insane. Even without the Spell Burst effect, this thing is bonkers, right? I mean, the 3/1 Divine Shield's still okay. Scarlet Crusader, like that card's still fine. This thing is insane. And if you actually get the Spell Burst off to refresh it, I mean, it's really disgusting. Dude, a 4/2 Divine Shield for 3? I think it's a 5. That stat line's insane. Like, even without the Spell Burst, it's like disgusting. This is another one of the whoops. I did the wrong one though. It's farther out. It's one of those where you're like, why? Why is this a thing? Okay. All right. Okay. Moving on. Lord Barov. 3 mana, 3/2. Paladin Warrior dual class legendary. Battlecry. Set the health of all other minions to 1. Death Rattle. Deal 1 damage to all minions. It's another kind of hard card to evaluate. For 3 mana, I think it's pretty good, right? Because when I think of this card, I think of like you combo it on turn 4 with the Aug Merchants, things like that, as far as Arena goes. And even if you don't have a way to combo it, it puts your opponents in a really tough spot. Because let's say they have a big board and you play this. It's like, what do you do? Go face and then they still clear it? It's pretty good. It's a good comeback card where you probably sacrifice some health and then you're able to clear the board. How good? I'm going to say it's like I'm going to go with a 4. I'll go with a 4. It's between a 4 and a 4.5, I think. I'll go with a 4. All right, High Abbess Allura. 4 mana, 3/6. Paladin Priest dual class legendary. Spell Burst. Cast a spell from your deck. Targets this if possible. So it's a 4 mana, 3/6, which is already good. Good stat line. The cast on itself is a little weird to use, though, because I think it's better in Paladin. I think it's significantly better in Paladin because you have buffs, and buffs on it are good. Well, in Priest, you have Shadow or Pain in your deck, and then you do 4 mana, do nothing, and that's not so good, right? Not ideal. Yeah, so I think it's a lot better in Paladin. In Priest, you'd have to be, you'd have to draft kind of around it, which I'd hate to do. In Paladin, it's got to be like premium though, right? I mean, there are some things that are negative effects, like humility, I guess, like subdue. But for the most part, there's a lot of buffs. It's still weird to use, though. It's very deck specific. Considering it'll be up against other legendaries, I don't think you'll take it a whole lot, now that I think about it. Because you don't want to, like, pass subdue because you have this card in your deck. It's very much made for building around. Okay, in Paladin, I'm going to say it's more likely to be good. So I'm going to say it's a 3, maybe 3.5 in Paladin. I feel like there's going to be enough buffs, and maybe you hold it if subdues in your deck or something. There's only one copy, or the odds are probably in your favor. I don't know. I'm going to go with 3.5 for Paladin. For Priest, I think it's pretty shit. Priest, I'm going to say it's like significantly worse. Like, I guess for a new one, it would be okay, but I'm going to go with like a 2. It's good with like Shadow or Death, though, right? You play it, and then if your opponent has a big minion, maybe 2.5. I'll go 2.5. Yeah, it's a decent stat line, but it targets this if possible, which gets very weird. It's not... Oh, wait. I'm thinking about this card wrong. Full disclosure. I was thinking about this card, I don't know why, as if it just instantly does the effect. Like, you play it, and poof. You pull a spell from your deck, and it targets that if possible. That's how my whole evaluation for these 30 seconds were. I don't know why, but it was. So it's at least above average in both classes, because a 4-mana 3/6 is just good, and you don't have to like play a spell with it, right? Okay, revising. I'm going to say it's a 4 in Paladin and a 3.5 in Priest. Back up. And it might even be better than that, but this seems fair. All right. We butchered that review. Move on to the next one. Jeez, what a mess. Nice job. Okay, let's have some water. Come on, brain. You got this. Oh, no. This is what I was alluding to earlier, chat. Blessing of Authority. 5 mana, give a minion +8/+8. It can't attack heroes this turn. It's just way too many stats. Like, it's just way too many stats, because most of the time you're playing a buff like this, you're trading anyways, just because you get punished so hard in Arena by like buff and hit face and they poly it or whatever, right? So the fact that you can't go face does hurt it a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. It's still like absolutely disgusting. And we're going to be back in the times of you kill every Silverhand recruit you see. Like, you want to full clear Paladins again. Like, you can't do this like, there's a 1/1. All of a sudden it can become a 9/9. Oh, I actually hate it. I hate it. It's between a 4.5 and a 5. Worst case for this card, you hero power and play a 7 mana 9/9. That's the actual worst case. I think it's a 5. Because even that isn't that bad, right? Whoops, I put 5, but it stayed as 4. Production value. 5. 5. Wait, now I messed up. Oh, now they don't line up. Oh, no, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, no, now this is going to trigger me. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Busted. Absolutely busted. Devout Pupil. 6 mana, 4/5, and their Paladin Priest dual class card. Divine Shield Taunt. Just has Divine Shield Taunt. So worst case, it's a Sunwalker. Worst case. Costs 1 less for each spell you've cast on friendly characters this game. Oh boy. Are you guys ready for the priest going renew into renew into renew on their minion, and then they play this thing for 3 mana, and then you Peepo leave forever? Forever, forever? Forever, forever, forever? I'm ready. Yep. It's really good. I think, is it better in Paladin or Priest? I actually don't know. I feel like it's pretty good in both. But it's cast on friendly characters though. So probably better in Paladin then, right? Because like Renew, but outside of Renew, there's Psych Split, I guess. But I think it's a little... Yeah, Priest has cheaper buffs. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think it's a little better in Paladin. But yeah, it's obviously good in both. I'm feeling like 4.5 in Paladin, 4 in Priest. I think it's about the same. I think it's easier to chain cheap spells in Priest, and there's more buffs in Paladin. So I think it's about... I'm gonna go with a 4.5 just in general for this one. I just like cards where, worst case, you play like a Sunwalker, right? Okay. Judicious Junior. 6 mana, 4/9 with lifesteal. That's a lot of health. So 13 stat points. So it's like redistributed for an ogre. I don't love this card in Paladin. You know, it's like, it feels kind of weird because I don't like playing big minions in Paladin that don't really do something right when they're played, you know? It's a lot of healing, you know, and it's good. It's a good target, I guess, for buffs, but it is actually, it's a really good target for buffs. That, you know, and like you take this and then slam that thing on it. You know? Okay. I'm gonna go with a 3.5. I still don't love the card. It's probably between like a 3.5 and a 4. All right. Commencement. 7 mana, Paladin Warrior dual class card. Summon a minion from your deck, give it Taunt and Divine Shield. It's terrible. Honestly, it feels kind of good to say a card's terrible again, because so many of these cards are fucking busted. This one's bad. This one's unplayable garbage. Unplayable garbage. Because it's an arena, you need curve, right? You pull like a 2-drop or a 3-drop. You're so sad. Obviously, you could high roll it, but it's bad. It's bad. I'll give it a 1. Turalion the Tenured. 8 mana, 3/12. Rush. Whenever this attacks a minion, set the defender's attack and health to 3. Pretty busted. So it's basically obvious. So the one bad thing is you can get messed up by taunt, right? So like if they have a big threat behind a taunt, this can't deal with it because it can only hit to the taunt. It's just kind of a side. But you play it and you negate a big minion, and then you're left with a 3/9 on the board that can negate more minions. It's pronounced Turalion. It's pronounced however I want to. Turalion.
The lion.
It's really good. Thinking about how good. It's like it negates something and then it's still on the board as an annoyance. I think it's like a 4.5. I'll go with a 4.5. I don't think it's quite 5, but I'm going to say a 4.5. It's only got the big stuff. Yeah, but actually, I mean, even if they don't have big stuff, it's not the end of the world, right? Use like a Yeti or something and remove it. I think it's still good. All right. On to... Wait, is this on to Warlock, or is this just dual class Priest and Warlock? What's the next one? Oh, we're still in Priest. Okay, never mind. Never mind. False alarm. Raise Dead. 0 mana. Deal 3 damage to your hero. Return 2 friendly minions that died this game to your hand. Priest, Warlock, dual class. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's better in... So here's the first one. Is it better in Warlock or Priest? I feel like I'm more comfortable taking damage in Priest, but they both have a decent amount of healing, I guess. I'm just thinking, so again, like in Arena, you play like a 2-drop into a 3-drop into a 4-drop, right? And so you can deal 3 damage to get your Bloodfin Raptor back. I mean, that's okay, I guess. I don't know. It's like, all right. It's free, so it gives you value immediately. This is a 5? No, there's no way it's a 5. In my opinion, I don't think it's close to a 5. 3 health to draw 2. Yeah, kind of. But it's not really draw 2 because it's stuff that's died. So it's probably going to be lower statted stuff. It is a good Spellburst activator. That's true. That's true. I'll go with a 4. I think it's good. I think 4 is probably okay. It gives you value and it's easy to play. But I don't know. I feel like both classes have okay other ways to get value. Like, I normally don't run out of value with Priest, and Warlock can tap for more cards. So, yeah, it costs 2 mana to tap, but I'd say it's good, but not insane. All right, Draconic Studies. Oh, yeah. Where are my dragon lovers in chat? Huh? Who else loves dragons like me? Dragons, 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 dragons. All right, so this is 1 mana. Discover a dragon. Your next one costs 1 less. So that means you could play this on like turn 9. You could get Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Then if you play it on turn 10, you can play both dragons. Wow. Amazing. Unnerfed. It's really good. It's really good. Dragon Discovery is bonkers in Arena. And it's flexible. It's only 1 mana. Well, it's basically 0 mana. I'm going to go with a 5 on this one. Maybe I'm just partial towards dragon stuff, but how often do you get the Draconic lock and you're like, oh, okay, I win. Okay. Frazzled Freshman. 1 mana, 1/4. Priest card. 1 mana, 1/4. That's it. That's a stat. It's good. It's really good. It's only good in the early game, though. That's one thing to think about, right? I think that's like, and how often are you playing Tempo Priest? Like, I don't play a lot of Tempo Priest. Maybe some people play a lot. Generally, I'm more of like a Control Priest player, and it's kind of like, it's okay in those decks. It's still above average. But I think, like, I'm gonna go with a 4. We'll see a buff that's coming that's insane with it. So get ready for losing the game on turn 2. It will definitely happen. All right. Mind Reader Elusia. 2 mana, 1/3. Battlecry. Swap hands and decks with your opponent until your next turn. So this card would be really good if you're playing aggro, right? Oh, did I say Mind Reader? Mind Render. Sorry, Mind Render. Aggro Priest? I don't know, man. I just don't think it fits in Arena. Like, it's just not an Arena card. I think there's places where maybe you could find a use for it, like if you actually do play a Tempo Priest and run out of stuff. But I think 1.5 is probably fair. The heck? Where's the 0.5? I'll go with the 1.5. But it's up against other legendaries in the draft, so you're gonna never take it. All right. All right, this is a good time to have some more water chat before you see this card. Oh god. So remember that 1 mana 1/4? How about your opponent plays a 1 mana 1/4 and then plays this thing on turn 2? And then you leave the game because you know it's over. And then you have your Twitch chat telling you, "Oh, you're such a quitter, Dreads. Why don't you try to win? The game wasn't over." That's going to be my life. Power Word Feast. 2 mana. Give a minion +2/+2. Restore it to full health at the end of this turn. Do we have confirmation, at least, that it only restores it to full health at the end of the first turn it's played? That has to be how it is, right? Yes? Okay. Thank God. Thank God. Okay, so it's a very good card. I'm trying to think about how it compares to the Paladin card, the Paladin Hand of Adal. With Hand of Adal, another premium card, you get +2/2. You don't get the heal, but you get a card. So I feel like in some situations that card would be better, and in some situations this card would be better. I think on average this card will be a little better, and that card's already good. I'm gonna go with a 4.5. All right, it's like between a 4.5 or a 5. I think 4.5 is probably fair. You play +2/+2, you heal for like 3 health, probably in a lot of cases. All right. Brittle Bone Destroyer. 4 mana, 3/3, Priest Warlock, dual class. Battle Cry. If your hero's health change this turn, destroy a minion. Yep. So, it's more reliable in Warlock. Because one thing you have to remember is that priests, like if you're full health, you can't change your health. So it's definitely more reliable in Warlock. It's still probably good in Priest, because oftentimes you don't have a ton of early games. You take a little bit of damage, and so I don't think it will be that hard to get the effect off as a Priest either. But it's definitely better as Warlock. They're both good, though. I'm going to say Warlock, it's like a... Well, we'll start with the Priest, because Priest on the left. I'm going to say Priest, it's a 4, and Warlock, it's a 4.5. There will be funny things with this card, though. Like, when you play with it, or if your opponent is like not healing, then you're gonna have to be thinking a little bit, because like that's what I'll do. You say oops, and you miss the heal going into turn 6 or something, because you want to make sure you can do this. Just something to think about. Okay. Cabal Acolyte. 4 mana, 2/6. Taunt. So 4 mana, 2/6 taunt's okay. Not great, but okay. Spellburst, gain control of a random enemy minion with 2 or less attack. So it's Spellburst, get a Cabal Shadow Priest effect, right? And it's just gain control. It's not for this turn, so yeah, you get to keep it. It's kind of situational, because I think a lot of the times it'll just be a 4 mana 2/6. Because you need your opponent to have an enemy minion with 2 or less attack, and you need to have a spell in hand to activate it. So it's like okay. I think it's like a little above average. I'll go with a 3.5. I don't think it's quite a 4 because it just feels. Whoops, I want to do it on the left side. It just feels like it might be a little bit. I think a lot of the time it's just going to be a 4 mana 2/6 taunt. Disciplinarian Gandling. Another Priest Warlock legendary. 4 mana 3/6. After you play a minion, destroy it and summon a 4/4 failed student. So again, it's a 4 mana 3/6 on its own, which is good. This card feels a lot better in Warlock to me than Priest. Right? Because Warlock has like the egg card. We haven't talked about that yet, but the egg card, I feel like you get more lackeys in Priest, which is good with this. So I think it's definitely better in Warlock. In Priest, it's kind of a weird card because if you want to play a big minion after you play it, it's like you don't want to turn a 6/6 into a 4/4. So, yeah, it's obviously great with Death Rattle synergy, for sure. But in general, I think it's better in Warlock than Priest. All right, so what do I think the score is for Priest? I don't know. I could see it being awkward with Priest. Yeah, it's good with Og Merchants too. True. I guess you can always trade it off if you want to play a big thing. If your Og Merchants become a 4/4, that could be game winning. I think I'm gonna go with. I think it's really good in Warlock. I think it's like a 4 in Priest and a 4.5 in Warlock. What do you guys think? This one's kind of hard for me to evaluate. I'll go with 4 in Priest and 4.5 in Warlock. Yeah, I mean, it's very deck dependent, but most of the time I think it'll be okay to just play on 4. I guess the thing is, though, if you want to discourage an on-tempo 5 drop, you turn into a 4/4, but that might not be the end of the world. I'll stick with this. I'll be a believer. I'm oftentimes a believer. Believer. Oh, boy. All right, chat. I don't know why this is a card. Initiation. 6 mana. Deal 4 damage to a minion. If that kills it, summon a new copy. Oh my god. It's like Holy Water, but actually insane. Like, Holy Water was okay. This card is bonkers. Like, absolutely insane for Arena. I don't know about Constructed, but why is this a card? You kill something and then you just summon it on your board. So, like, your opponent plays Dig Day and kills something. It's left with 4 health, and you're like, boop, that's my Dig Day now, and it's full health, by the way. It's insane. And even in, like, the situations where it's only, like, okay, I don't know, you kill, you finish off a 5/5 or something, it's really good. Really good. I'm going to go with a 5. And I'm telling you, looking at these cards, I'm going to be playing a lot of Priest. I'm going to be doing a lot of Priest. Yeah, you can also kill off your own Death Rattle and stuff if you want. Yeah. Priest. All of the priest for our arena runs are back. All right, Flesh Giant. 8 mana, 8/8. Costs 1 less for each time your hero's health changed during your turn. So this is another Priest Warlock dual class card. 1 less for each time your hero's health changed during your turns. So it again feels a little better in Warlock, right? You're probably tapping more often. Well, are you? Then you heal your face? I mean, how good was Frost Giant in Warlock? Was that the name of the card? There was a card where it every time you used your hero power, it got reduced by 1. But I think the starting price of that was higher, right? This one starts out at an 8/8 and then decreases from there. Yeah, I think it's better in Warlock. Yeah, it doesn't have to be in hand. Yeah, it started at 12. That's right. Yeah. So this is way better than that. 4.5 in Warlock and 4 in Priest. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I don't think it's a 5. Because, like, if you're healing yourself, you're not really, like, doing much else in the turns. And how, like, normally when I play Warlock, I'm not, like, tapping every turn in Arena. So, I think 4 or 4.5 is fine. All right. Secret Passage. We're on to Rogue. We made it to Rogue, chat. Rogue time. Secret Passage. 1 mana. Replace your hand with 5 cards from your deck. Swap back next turn. I think it's good, right? It's got to be good. Because you like this card will almost never be useless. Because you wouldn't play it if you have a good play. And then if you don't have a good play and you have bigger cards that you want later. So does it work the way I'm thinking? As in, let's say you have 6 cards in hand. You'd shuffle them all into your deck, draw 5. Well, first, so what's the order in it too? Would you shuffle the cards into the deck and then pull, or would you get 5 cards from your deck that are not the cards in your hand? And then the next turn, you get back whatever your hand was previously, like the exact same cards. Is that right? Yeah, I guess set aside is a good word for it. So it sets aside the cards in your hand, then pulls 5 from your deck. You can use the cards. Then the next turn, whatever cards you don't play go back into your deck, and the ones that you set aside come back into your hand. It's insane, right? It's really good. Because it could save you in a turn where you have a really bad turn, and it can just be get a bunch of cards to play. It's great. I don't know if it's a 5. I'm going to say it's a 4.5. 5 needs to be like insane. It's not exactly 1 mana draw 5, because if you draw big cards, you can only play one of the cards. So I think 4.5 is fair. All right. Plagiarize. 2 mana Rogue Secret. At the end of your opponent's turn, add copies of the cards they played to your hand. So does this card not trigger until the end of the turn, guys? Is that how this works? So, like, your opponent plays all of their things, and then at the end of their turn, then it would show you. So you wouldn't know that you're, like, playing into it after you played the first card, right? I think it's pretty similar to, well, It's definitely better than the 2 mana draw 2 Rogue Secret. Because you'll always get at least one card from it. It's significantly better than that. If they play nothing, it also triggers. But how often is that going to happen, right? Like, in Arena, you're not just going to pass your turn because your opponent plays a secret. Most of the time, you're going to get at least one, maybe 2 cards. I think it's okay. It's like a 3.5 or a 4 in my book. It has the added value that people have to play around the other secrets too. I think I'm gonna go with a 3.5. I'm thinking about a 4, but I don't know if it's quite that good. It doesn't give you tempo, it gives you value. It's cards that your opponent decided to put in their deck, so it's probably above average value, but I don't know. I'm a much bigger fan of like Ambush, where you get tempo from secrets. It doesn't trigger if opponent doesn't play cards. See, that would matter. If this doesn't trigger when your opponent doesn't play cards, I'd say it's probably like a 4. Because then you can just tempo it out earlier. Like the problem with this is like you do want to kind of save it. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 3.5 because you kind of want to save it for when you're going to get not just like a 2-drop or a 3-drop. So you want to play it in like maybe the mid game or something. So I think 3.5 is fair. Self-Sharpening Sword. 3 mana, 1/4 weapon to start. After your hero attacks, gain +1 attack. So this is like a way better version of, oh man, what was the name of the card? Old school Hearthstone people are going to remember. What's the name of it? There's a rogue weapon where you would, if you re-equipped your hero power, you get like extra. Yeah, Poison Blade. Was it extra attack? It was absolute garbage. That card was like horrible. But you had to spend mana to buff it, right? This one, after the first swing, it's a 2/3. So you get 1 swing of a 1/4, 1 swing of a 2 attack, 1 of a 3, and 1 of a 4 attack. 1, right? How valuable is that? I don't know, man. Cards like this are just kind of weird because they replace in Rogue, I hate replacing my weapon. Like, because then you don't have the ping, and then I end up just using the extra weapon charges just to, like, ping. It is a lot of damage. It definitely is. It's just like if you dagger on 2 and then play this on 3, it's like, I'm gonna go. It's either like a 3.5 or a 4 for me. It's not higher than that. I think I'm gonna go with a 3.5. It's probably slightly above average, but I'm not crazy about it. Your opponent can also kind of manipulate their board, knowing how much attack it's gonna have, and if you play this on turn 3 instead of developing like a 3/4, it's not gonna be great. All right. Volpera Toxin Blade. 3 mana, 3/3 with a, I guess, an aura effect. Your weapon has +2 attack. So dagger on 2 into this on 3 likely means you kill their 2-drop. It's pretty good. It reminds me a little bit of like Goblin Autobarber back in the days, but the fact that this gives you 2 extra attack really matters. And if they can't kill it immediately, you get another swing of that. I'm gonna go with a 4. I think it's honestly it's between a 4 and a 4.5. I'll go with a 4. But I love cards like this. The cards that modify your weapon. I really like this design. So I see a lot of discussion about aura versus battlecry. As an aura, it has more long-term value. But if they can remove it, then you might only get one turn of it. So the chances this lives for more than 2 turns, I think, is fairly low, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. I think it's pretty similar. Like, in some cases, I'd rather Battlecry. Sometimes I'd rather have it as an aura. All right. Infiltrator Lillian. Infiltrator Lillian. 4 mana, 4/2, stealth. Death Rattle, summon a 4/2 Forsaken Lillian that attacks a random enemy. How good is a 4 mana, 4/2 that spawns another 4/2 that you can't control? It's good for Smork, maybe, if you have a clear board. I don't think it's great. Yeah, maybe, I'm sure there's like combos with it or something constructed, but it's not exactly Wasteland Assassin though, because it attacks immediately and you can't control where it goes, right? Compared to the Pally 3 mana 4/2 dimension, yeah. I don't think it's very good, but the stealth means you do get 1 hit with it. I think average. I'll go with a 3, which means average for legendary means you almost never take it, right? All right. Shifty Sophomore. 4 mana, 4/4. Stealth. Spellburst, add a combo card to your hand. Ooh. So the fact that it's stealth means if you do have a spell in your hand, you don't you don't have to combo it with it that turn, right? Like you can just wait and play it, the next turn where you have more mana. So, and 4/4 stealth isn't that bad, kind of like a tiger, I would say, right? Maybe a little bit worse stat line than a 5 mana 5/5 stealth, but it's still pretty decent. It depends on how good Spellburst is. Maybe a 4? It's like a 3.5 to a 4. If you have a lot of spells, it's it's good, but I'll go with a 4. All right, we're on to Shaman. Okay, what are the last ones? We still have Warrior to go. How are we doing? I feel like we've been in this card review for 8 million years. We still have all the neutrals. Monka W. Monka W. All right, let's do it. Stretch a little bit. Okay. Diligent Note Taker. 2 mana, 2/3. Spellburst, return the spell to your hand. So 2 mana, 2/3 is fine, right? It's a fine stat line for a 2-drop. It's a pretty cool effect. Like if you have to play it on 2, it feels a little bit bad, but it's probably not that hard to combo this with like Lightning Storm, etc. And then 2 Lightning Storms is nutty. I think it's quite good. Again, feels like kind of between 4 and a 4.5. I think I'll go with a 4. It's pretty nutty if it triggers. You know what? I'll go 4.5. F it. Let's dream big. We're going to be popping off. This into Storm. This, it lives. Then I play Eye of the Storm. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Rune Dagger. 2 mana, 1/3. After your hero attacks, gain spell damage +1 this turn. It's not bad because it's a class that can't normally ping, right? It's also a class that benefits greatly from spell power. I don't think it's that bad. Definitely better if you can combo with stuff, but I think it's like fine. Like an average card. Average? You guys think average? I think it's average. I'll go with a 3. Instructor Fireheart. Oh boy, chat. 3 mana, 3/3. Battlecry, discover a spell that costs 1 or more. If you play it this turn, repeat this effect. So, costs 1 or more means you can't get the 0 mana, get 2 mana crystals this turn card. Thank God. That's basically what that reads. But, yeah, Shaman has a lot of cheap spells. So, Earthshock, Lightning Bolt. So I think it will be fairly easy to chain spells with this. Definitely strong. And worst case, you play a 3 mana 3/3, which isn't the end of the world. I'm going to say this one is a 4.5. It's not quite a 5. Because, again, like, you need to have a spell in hand ready for it, right? Sometimes you just won't have spells, and then it's just like, eh. Okay, Molten Blast. 3 mana. Deal 2 damage. Summon that many 1/1 elementals. Okay, so the wording on this is definitely intentional, meaning it gets modified by spell damage, right? Oh, wait, you discover a spell? Wait. Hold on, wait. Wait, you have to go back again? Oh. Oh, wait. How did I miss that part of it? Oh, okay, it's probably a 5 then. Okay. All these... Honestly, these cards are starting to get complicated. It's starting to feel like... It's starting to feel like... Wait, what's happening? You guys hear something? What's going on? Your ears? Was I loud? Huh? Hello? 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 Why is everyone saying what face? What happened? You guys are scaring me. Okay, I'm going to revise it and make it a 5. Horrible sound for like a mini? Oh, that was weird. Okay, I didn't hear it. It wasn't on my end. Okay. Okay. Well, I think it's a 5 then. It's going to be really good no matter what. It's not... I wonder what that's from. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look and see if it like coincided with something else that happened. Weird. All right. Moving on. I'm sorry about your ears. Here, have $5 and go buy some new ones. Okay? Molten Blast. 3 mana, deal 2 damage. Summon that many 1/1 elementals. All right, so again, what I was going to say about this card is it's clearly modified by spell power. That's why it says summon that many instead of summon 2. 3 mana, deal 2, summon 2 1/1s. It's okay. It's like all right. I'm comparing it a little bit to the I think it's a DoD card, the 3 mana 3/3 deal 2 if you're holding a dragon. When that hits, it's really good. I'd rather have a 3/3 than 2 1/1s, but it's still okay. I'm gonna go with a 3 or 3.5. I'll go with a 3.5. I think it's okay. If you do have spell power, which we have some synergy cards with it, deal 3, summon 3/1 elementals is really good. So it seems good. Yeah, it's kind of similar to Implosion Effect, right? Yeah, like Implosion for 1 less mana. Okay. Totem Goliath. 5 mana, 4/5. Death Rattle. Summon all 4 basic totems. Overload 2. 7 mana for this card. Yeah. I don't like it very much. How valuable are totems? Yeah, I mean, if it was Battlecry, it's a different target. It's a different story, but I don't love it. I don't love it. But definitely below average. It's like 1.5 to 2, I'd say. Yeah, I'll go with a 2. It's too expensive. It's way too expensive. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure, Bloodlust. There's ways to make use of it, but on average, right, in Arena, not very good. All right, this card, Tidal Wave. 8 mana, lifesteal, deal 3 damage to all minions. This card was quite the topic of discussion in our Discord earlier today. How good is Tidal Wave? So double-sided, hits your own stuff. Lifesteal does mean it's pretty good at stalling, right? So even if you don't fully clear, you get a bunch of healing, which means you still probably get another turn. Obviously, it's for a control shaman strategy. There's no place if you're playing aggro or even really mid-range. I don't know. Deal 3 damage to all minions. I'm just thinking about Earthquake, you know? Like, Earthquake is kind of like this card, but better and costs 1 less mana. Earthquake can deal with death rattles. It just seems better. And it costs 1 less mana. So this card is worse than that and costs 1 more mana. It still could be a board clear and is a big swing. I think in the right deck it's really good. So that should count for something. I'm gonna say like a 3 to 3.5, somewhere in that range. Really hard card to evaluate. Shamans do kind of play an off the board strategy. I don't think it's. I'm gonna go 3.5 to be safe on this one. I might be under, because like think about how much healing that is. Right? Like it's likely a Reno effect. Like it heals you to full, and you might not fully clear, but you still clear a lot of it out. So I think on these big board clears, sometimes I rate them too low and they end up being insane. I think I'll go with a 3.5 on this one. All right, Demonic Studies, on to Warlock. One mana, discover a demon, your next one costs 1 less. And as with all these cards, next one costs 1 less means your next demon. So it's basically 0 mana, discover a demon. All these cards are great. All these cards are really, really good. How are demons right now? And it's discover a demon, so you can't get like a demon hunter demon. How good are warlock demons right now? I'd love to see what we get for this expansion, but I think they're okay. Like Scrap Imp would be pretty good with this. I mean, there's some thick demons right now. I'm assuming you get Jiraxes and stuff. I'm gonna go with a 4.5. I'm gonna go with a 4.5. I think pretty much all of these cards, these study cards seem pretty nutty. Discover's powerful. Go with a 4.5. All right. Philosophy. Do you guys get it? It's like philosophy, but with fel in it. Do you guys understand? It's pretty good, huh? I got a good chuckle. All right, philosophy. 1 mana, copy the lowest cost demon in your hand, outcast, give both +1/+1. It's a demon hunter warlock dual class card. Wow. Warlock and outcast feels weird, man. Definitely for like an aggro deck, right? Like I think the idea here is you have a bunch of cheap stuff. You get buffed up cheap stuff, and then you can kind of flood the board with it. If you don't play it as outcast, it's just terrible, though. Like, just copy the cheapest cards pretty bad. Huh. I don't know what I think about this card. If you copy... Let's say you're a demon hunter, though, and you copy and you copy 1-drops. It can be pretty nutty. The 1/2s become 2/3s, but you still have to pay a mana for it. Huh. I don't love it. I'm going to say it's a 3. I had a tough time thinking about this card earlier, too. I'll go with a 3. You kind of need to build a deck where it works out well. All right. Yeah. It has to be a demon, too. Yeah, exactly. Right? So it's like, what are the chances you make that work? Seems kind of unlikely. Okay, Spirit Jailer. 1 mana, 1/3, Demon Hunter Warlock dual class, Battlecry, shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck, and it's got the demon tag. This card's great. So as we'll see, I talked about the soul fragments a little bit a long time ago at the start of the review, but soul fragments are, when drawn, get casted, you restore 2 health to your hero. And a lot of cards make use of the soul fragments in your deck. I think this card's quite good, because 1 mana, 1/3s are pretty premium. And enabling those other cards is pretty powerful. So I'm gonna go with, it's like a 4 or 4.5 on this one. Basically depends on how many of the soul fragment cards you're able to draft reliably. How much is a 1 mana 1/3? 1 mana 1/3 is probably like a 3.5. Maybe make this a 4. Although the healing isn't that bad either, even if you don't have cards with it. A random 2 health isn't bad. I'll go with a 4. It's like 4, maybe 4.25. If you want to be really picky. Better, I think it's good in both. Like, I think it's about the same in Warlock and Demon Hunter. I don't think there's a drastic difference in ratings here. Bone Web Egg. 2 mana 0/2. Death Rattle, summon 2 2/1 spiders. If you discard this, trigger its Death Rattle. So what ways do we have to activate eggs right now? RIP Power Overwhelming, you will never be forgotten. There's obviously that 4-cost legendary, but We still have the Lackey Generator, right? That's probably the most reliable one. Evil Genius, which would be really good with it. 2 2/1 spiders. It's AoE protection, but that never feels like it's that relevant. I don't like it that much. I'm going to say it's like a 1.5 to a 2. I'll go with a 1.5. 1.5. Yeah, it's even if you activate it, it's not that great, right? 2 2/1s is like Soul Shear. 2 mana, Demon Hunter Warlock, a dual class card. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck. See, this one's very good, right? 2 mana, deal 3. It can't go face, but 2 mana, deal 3 is quite solid on a minion, and you get the tool fragments essentially for free. Is it better in Warlock or Demon Hunter? Which class needs removal more? I think Demon Hunter has less ways to remove things without using their face. So it might be slightly better in Demon Hunter. Warlock has, Shadow Bolt or other cards like that. I don't know if it's enough different for me to give it a separate rating. I think this one's a pretty solid 4 for both. I'll just go with that. 1 rating. Okay. School Spirits. 3 mana. Deal 2 damage to all minions. Shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck. So this is just a Warlock card. Deal 2 to all. Shuffle 2 soul fragments in your deck. Oh boy. So it's Volcanic Potion, but just better. Volcanic Potion was great. This one, you get the soul fragments just kind of thrown in there. It doesn't hit face, which Not sure if that... It's probably would be even better if it hit face. I'm gonna go with it's probably like a 4 or 4.5. I love this flexible AoE stuff. I'll go with a 4.5. I don't think it's a 5. It would be a 5 if you have a ton of soul fragment synergy, but I'm not convinced that would be the case. Shadow Light Scholar, 3 mana, 3/4, Battlecry, destroy a soul fragment in your deck to deal 3 damage. Wow. Spider Tank that deals 3 damage? What the hell? Thing's busted. It's really, really good. If it's activated, it's like a 5. I'm going to go with a... I think I'm going to go with a 4.5. We'll go with another 4.5. These cards are kind of easy to review. It's like bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Void Drinker, 5 mana, 4/5. Taunt, Battlecry, destroy a soul fragment in your deck to gain +3/+3. So if you have a soul fragment in your deck, you get a 7 or a 5 mana 7/8 taunt, an Earth Ellie with no overload. The only thing about this one is there is a little bit of a cost because to the effect, right? A 5 mana 4/5 taunt is pretty meh. So I think it's a little bit worse than the other ones, but the payoff is still insane. It's probably between a 4 and a 4.5, but I think this one's a little bit worse than some of the others. So I'll go with a 4. When activated, though, it's probably like even better than the others. But I don't like the fact that tempoing it is kind of eh. Sociologist Militia. Sociologist, kind of like psychologist. Wait, no, there's got to be a better analogy here. Sociologist. Wait, guys, there's got to be a better one here, right? Sociologist. Yeah, exactly. Sociologist. Like sociologist. But 7 mana, 5/5. Battlecry. For each soul fragment in your deck, summon a 3/3 soul with Rush. Demon Hunter Warlock dual class. So unlike some of those other cards, if you don't have any soul shards, it's just terrible. Because the 7 mana 5/5 is awful. However, if you do have soul shards, then it's insane. All right. If you somehow manage to have 4 in your deck, a 5/5 and 4/3/3 rushes just ends the game. So yeah, this one, and it doesn't consume them. True. Right. True. How likely will you have soul shards? I'm going to hope it's fairly likely. Chances you have more than, like, you probably, best case, you have like 2 in your deck, right? I'll go with like a 3.5. I think that's on the higher side for this card, probably. But I'll assume it's not that hard to get those soul shards. Arch Witch Willow. Or is it Arc Witch? It's probably Arc Witch. No, man, now this is becoming a can you pronounce the card stream. 9 mana, 7/7. Battlecry. Summon a random demon from your hand and deck. Really deck dependent. Because if you pull small demons, it's not very good, right? Like if you pull 1-drops or 2-drops, it's not that great. If you pull a big demon, then it's insane. I don't know if there are enough big demons for this to be really good and for you to draft them. I don't like it very much. I think it's below average. I'm going to go with a 2.5. I'm not a huge fan. You guys can believe. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer. Nope. Nope. No belief. Athletic studies. Wow. Ronda Warrior, and this card was named after me because of my athletic background. Playing baseball, running cross country, best jump shot in Hearthstone. Whew. Must be dreads. Athletic studies. 1 mana. Discover a rush minion. Your next one costs 1 less. Ooh, rush minions and warrior. The one that stands out is no tomb can hold me. No tomb can hold me. No tomb can hold me. What are the other good rush cards in warrior? Does the new card count? There's a new card we haven't talked about yet that summons like 2/3/3 rushes when you play it. Does that count? Discover or is it a rush minion? I don't know if it would. Because it's not that minion doesn't have rush itself, right? Yeah, the Prime would be sick with it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the 7 mana 5/8 dude. Okay. I mean, it's still very good. Like I think with all of these, like you basically pencil it in. I'll say a 4.5. The only one I gave a 5 to was the dragon one because dragons are OP, but really good. Information. 2 mana. Add 2 random taunt minions to your hand. Ooh. What is the taunt pool looking like right now? Because I know when I played with Fright and Flunky, it hasn't felt that great actually. Like since they removed the class bonus on Discover, it hasn't felt quite as good. And this isn't, you don't even get Discover, it's just 2 random ones. It's still decent value. As long as you hit on one of them, it's okay. Right? Works well, with Warrior. I'll go with a 4. I'll go with a 4 on this one. Thing is, there's a lot of good ones, but there's also a lot of bad taunts. So I think sometimes you'll really whiff with this card. All right. Playmaker. 4 mana, 4/3. After you play a rush minion, summon a copy with 1 health remaining. Sorry, it's a 3 mana 4/3. Brain? 3 mana 4/3. So stats are fine. Oh man, if you combo it, it's going to be really nasty. And even if you just play it on 3, it's okay. Definitely above average. How much above average? I don't know if it's quite a 4.5. I think I'll go with a 4. I prefer the 3/4 stat line to 4/3. And I don't know how many really cheap rushes there are. So you might get value off of 1. But like obviously if you use it with the mummy, it's insane. Because it's after you play it though. So it won't be summoned. So you'll get it on the first mummy, but it's not like that mummy, the summon, then we'll give you another one, etc. But yeah. Okay. Reaper's Scythe. One thing I have to say. I am not a fan of the cleave stuff. Personally. Like, cleave stuff in Arena has never felt very good to me. So as a mechanic for Arena, not my favorite. So Reaper's Scythe, it's 4 mana, 4/2 weapon. Spellburst also damages adjacent minions this turn. So I think the most likely way this card is played is you play it on 4, kill something with it, and then the next turn you spellburst with it. The thing about it, and the thing that I think about cards like this, it kind of reminds me of Super Collider in a way, where if they don't use the weapon, it's really hard to play around. So some of the power from a card like this is just having it equipped. And if they do have a way to activate it, it's so hard to play around it. So hard to play around it. It's definitely great. I'm going to say it's a 4.5. It's between a 4.5 and a 5. I don't know if it's quite a 5. Because if you don't have a spell to activate it, it's a true silver that doesn't heal you. I'm going to go with a 4.5. Okay, yeah. Chat's answering questions. Good job, chat. You guys are the pros. Troublemaker. This is Twitch Chat 2. So many cards named after Twitch Chat. 8 mana 6/8. At the end of your turn, summon 2 3/3 ruffians that attack random enemies. And you get to keep them, right? If they don't die, you can just keep generating 3/3s. This card's like you have to kill it, right? Like it's like a must kill and has 8 health, so it's kind of hard to kill. I think it's really good, really, really good. And yeah, I can go face too, right? If like if the board's empty, or if it just chooses to go face. This feels like a 5 to me. Impacts the board immediately most of the time. Keeps generating value. And it's not like it is understated, but a 6/8 isn't the worst. So, yep. All right. Rattle Gore. 9 mana, 9/9. Death Rattle. Resummon this with -1/-1. And the way it works, I believe, is you get an 8/8, and then you get a 7/7, then you get a 6/6, 5/5, 4/4, 3/3, 2/2, 1/1. Of course, the game will be long over before you summon a 1/1 off of this. Good luck. Someone will try, but good luck. It's definitely good because it's one of those cards where when it's played, either your opponent has to race you or have an answer for it. You can't like trade value of this card. It's just way too it's just you can't do it. So yeah, I mean if you're losing, they can probably ignore it, but in a lot of cases, it's going to be if you're losing and they play this, you probably just lost because it's going to free kill stuff. If it doesn't free kill, it comes back. I'm going to say like a 4.5. I'm going to say like a 4.5. It doesn't do something when it hits the board immediately, but it's so many stats. Will subdue remove it? I don't know on that. Probably does, right? Probably does. Is this high? What do you guys think? Now I'm having second thoughts. What do you guys think? Do you think this is high? I don't know. It's too slow? You think so? That's pretty good. Basically, Colossus of the Moon is kind of like Colossus of the Moon, and Colossus of the Moon is probably not a 4.5. Maybe it's more of a 4. Because like it is a bit slow. It comes down one turn earlier though before Colossus of the Moon. Right? So that does matter. Interesting. I'm going to leave it as a 4.5. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to stick to my guns. We'll stick to our guns on this one. 4.5. Desk Imp. What? What is this? 0 mana 1/1. What is this? is bad. Is Wisp a good card? No. Wisp has never been a good card. This card sucks. It's like a 1. But the tempo, no, it sucks. You don't want to pay a card for this. It's not even cute. It's like an ugly imp as well. All right. Animated. Oh, we're into neutrals? Wait, that was probably... That whistle might have hurt your ears. I'm sorry if the whistle hurt your ears. Okay. We're into neutrals. We've done it together. We've done it together. We made it to neutrals. Oh. And I haven't even had to pee yet. We're doing well. We're doing well. Okay. Animated Broomstick. And I have to say, neutrals are like the bread and butter of Arena. Like, these are the cards we're actually going to be playing with a lot. Like, the legendaries and stuff, These are the cards we're going to be seeing all the time. All right, Animated Broomstick. 1 mana, 1/1, rush. Battlecry, give your other minions rush. How good is this card? Worst case, it's a ping, right? The thing that's cool about it is it's really easy to, like, since it's so cheap, it's easy to use with your other cards. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think I'll go with a 4. I don't think it's, like, insane because it sometimes won't really do much. But in a lot of cases, it will be really good. I think 4 is fair. Oh, I love this card, chat. Brain Freeze. 1 mana, freeze a minion. Combo, also deal 3 damage to it. This is a Mage Rogue dual class card. I just really like this card. Like, it... I think it's probably better in Rogue, right? Because it's easier to combo in Rogue. There's slightly less, like, removal, like small removal spells. I think it's a little bit better in Rogue, but I think it's great in both classes. I think it is. Wait, oh, good point. Why are we on neutral? Wait, why was this card first? Wait, I'm confused. Hold on a second. How did we go from this to this? Good point. What happened here? Hold on. I'm going with the Hearthstone website. This is not Dread's fault. Okay? This isn't Dread's fault. Don't blame Dreads. You know what happened, chat? Oh no. You know what happened? I think for some of them, there's a bug on the website where it doesn't refresh and show like the drops from today. Because like when we did Mage, did we talk about Trick Totem? We didn't, right? Uh-oh. Super scuffed. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. It's okay. We'll figure it out. I think what we'll have to do... I think what we'll do is we'll go through the neutral... We are not starting over. You are out of your effing mind. I think we'll go through the neutral cards, and then we'll have to go back and find the ones where we missed them. Maybe before we do the neutrals, we should find the ones where we missed them, okay? That's probably the best way to do it. Oh, it's a scuffed review. Okay, hold on. Oh, the website let me down. The website let me down, chat. Oh, there's so many more. Wait, how did this even happen? Oh my god, website, please. Yeah, we didn't talk about like Ross Frost Whisper and stuff. Oh no. Okay, we were fine up to a certain point though. Okay. All right, we're doing it live. Get ready. We're going back to Mage. We're going back to Mage because we missed some of those cards, okay? That's why we're on Brain Freeze, of course. Yep. Okay, Brain Freeze. Anyhow, as I was saying, yeah, there's actually not that many that we missed. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Before we go into the neutrals, we're just gonna touch on a few we missed, and then we'll go through all the neutrals in one shot. I think that's a better way to do it, rather than going through all of the neutrals and then going back. I think it's better. All right, so Brain Freeze is not a neutral. It's a Mage Rogue dual class card. Freeze a minion, combo, also deal 3 damage to it. It's really good. I think it's really, really strong. One bad thing is it can't go face. So no Smork, but that's okay. A lot of the times you use like an Eviscerate to remove, Frostbolt to remove, etc. And it's really flexible at 1 mana. So I'm going to say this one is a 4.5. Big fan. Big fan. 4.5, baby. No, it is not a 0. It is not all about Smork, you idiots. It's not what the game's about. Devolving Missiles. 1 mana. Shoot 3 missiles. This is a Mage Shaman dual class card. Shoot 3 missiles at random enemy minions that transform them into ones that cost 1 less. What a troll card, huh? Like, what a Fiesta card. And if I'm understanding it correctly, you can hit the same minion twice, right? Is that correct, chat? So you can hit 1 minion, have it get devolved, and then hit it again, and then it devolves into something else, right? How good is it? I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. Like around an average card. Like, it's weird to use because sometimes you might have 1 minion that you want to devolve, and then 2 others are like damage that you don't want to devolve. So then it's going to be kind of hard to use. I think it's like average. It's like 3, maybe 3.5. It's 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. So if you have like one, let's say your opponent plays just a 5-drop. You devolve, it would hit it 3 times and devolve it into a 4/3 2-drop, right? It's not bad. I'll go with 3. It's like 3 to 3.5. Wait a second. Why is it going to this? Excuse you? Hold on. This website is driving me insane right now. Come on. Come on. Mage. Did we talk about this card, chat? The arrows got all messed up. Yeah, the arrows got all messed up. We didn't talk about this one yet, right? Primordial Studies. Okay. All right. We basically just have to do the dual class ones. It's okay. It's going to be fine. Primordial Studies. 1 mana. Dual class Mage Shaman. Discover a spell damage minion. Your next one costs 1 less. How many spell damage minions are there in Shaman? Like in Mage, there are a ton. And they're really good. Like you can get the Explorer. You can get the Prime. There's a lot of really good ones. In Shaman, like I guess you can also get the Prime in Shaman, right? Discover a spell damage minion. Spell damage minion. Squall Hunter's okay, yeah. Like it's still gonna be good. I think this one feels like it might be a little bit worse than some of the other ones, though. Like, I've been giving these pretty much a 4.5, but this one I kind of feel like might be more of a 4. Because some of the spell damage minions are like, eh. I think I'll actually go with a 4 for this one. 4. Easy. Easy peasy. Okay, now we're doing it live. Potion of Illusion. 4 mana. Mage Rogue dual class card. Add 1/1 copies of your minions to your hand. They cost 1. This one's easy. This one's terrible. This is not an arena card at all. It's just bad. It's just bad. Like, someone will make it work, but it's just bad. This is just a 1 and move on. Save time kind of thing. Garbage. 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 Jandis Barov. 5 mana, 2/1. Mage Rogue dual class card. Battle Cry, summon 2 random 5-cost minions, secretly pick one that dies when it takes damage. One interesting thing to note about this card is you get to decide, which I think is a big deal. So if you have like a crappy one and a really good one, you want to make the crappy one die to 1 damage. It's still, they won't always have a good way to check too. And you don't always have a way to ping. I think it's quite good. Because the chances you low roll on both 5-drops is pretty low. Right? So, and you get a 2/1 with it. So I think it's quite good. Like a 4, maybe even a 4.5. Because you have to spend mana to try. I think it's going to be really good, actually. I'm going to go with a 4.5. Because you get a 2/1 as well, just like thrown in there. I think it's really good. All right. We talked about Lab Partner. We did not talk about this one. Okay, Ras Frost Whisper. 5 mana, 3/6. This is a Mage Shaman dual class card. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies, improved by spell damage. This is really good. Really good. Like a 3/6 stat line isn't... it's fine, right? If you compare it to Despicable Dreadlord, this also goes face. Right? Goes face, and the stats are like comparable. This is an easy 5 for me. If it's modified by spell damage, that's an added bonus. But for me, this is an easy 5. In both classes. Yep. We did talk about that one. We talked about that one. All right, I think we got all of these now. Okay, what else have we... It was other dual class cards that we missed, right? I think. Just check here. Was it Warrior Rogue? I think we missed Warrior Rogue dual class cards. Oh, the Random Totem. That's one other one. Okay, you're right. You're right. Hang in there. Hold on. You're right. Trick Totem. We missed too. Trick Totem. 2 mana, 0/3, Mage Shaman dual class. At the end of your turn, cast a random spell that costs 3 or less. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this, dude. It's like too much of a fiesta to evaluate easily, right? Like what? And it's random. It's not just major shaman spells. It's just anything that's 3 or less, right? I'm assuming random spell. I mean, good luck. I don't think it's good. I mean, it could generate you some value, but it can't attack, and I think it's pretty bad. How bad? Like a 1.5? I'll give it a 1.5 because you never know. If you dream hard enough, if you're a dreamer, chat, maybe it would be okay. Okay. I think that's all of the mage ones now. All right. Rogue Warrior dual class. Is there a way to filter dual class? I don't think so. All right. It's only 3 cards. All right, fine. Here we go. Cutting Class. 5 mana. Rogue Warrior dual class. Draw 2 cards. Cost 1 less per attack of your weapon. Wand Thief. Okay, I'll get to it after this. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Wand Thief. God, now I said Wand Thief when we're talking about cutting class. Blame chat. Draw 2 cards, cost 1 less per attack of your weapon. I think it's much better in Warrior than in rogue, but I think it's bad. Isn't it bad? Because, like, yeah, sure, you have an Arcanite and it's free, but if you have a 3-cost weapon, then it's draw 2 for 2. I guess that's okay. I don't know. Yeah, sure, but like Gorehowl, how often do you have Gorehowl? I think it's definitely a different rating for Rogue and Warrior. For Rogue, I think it's bad, at least with the way I play Rogue. I'm going to go with it's a 2 for Rogue. For Warrior, I'll say I still think it's kind of situational. I'm just going to go with a 3, actually. I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's that good. Depends on how often you get weapons, but if you have a 2/2 weapon, it's 3 mana, draw 2. Okay, I'll go with 3.5 for Warrior. Go a little bit higher. I'm not going 4. Don't even ask. Don't even ask. Okay? Don't even ask. All right. Let's finish up these dual class ones, and then we'll go do Wand Thief, okay? Because you guys were talking about Wand Thief. This is one of my most hated cards in this expansion. Coerce. 3 mana, destroy a damaged minion. So, okay, 3 mana, execute. But if you combo it, then it's just 3 mana, destroy any minion. Why? Why? Why do we have this? Oh, God. It's an easy 5, in my opinion. An easy 5. Execute is a really good card. And comboing shouldn't be that hard. I think in both classes it's a 5. It's probably a little better in Rogue. Maybe it's a 5.1 or something in Rogue. But, oh boy. It's just busted. Like, the tempo swings possible with this are disgusting. You know, like turn 6, you play a 3-drop and then kill your opponent's, 6-drop or something. Ugh. So nasty. All right. Coerce. What else? This one, right? We also missed this one. We missed Skeledancer too. Okay. We're getting there. Dr. Krastinov. 5 mana, 4/4 rush. Whenever this attacks, give your weapon +1/+1. 5 mana, 4/4 rush is kind of right? The +1/+1, I mean, both classes it's okay. If you have the rogue weapon, you get a 2/3 weapon, let's say. It's probably better with warrior, like an extra Arcanite charge or something. Yeah, it's kind of like Captain Greenskin, right? Kind of similar. I don't know about this card. I want to say like a 4, maybe a 3.5. Let's go with a 3.5. Much better rush is OP, but it's a 5 mana 4/4 rush. You know, like on that turn, a 4/4 rush isn't that great. So I'm gonna go with a 3.5 for both of them. Steel Dancer. Another Rogue Warrior dual class card. 4 mana 4/4. Battlecry, summon a random minion with cost equal to your weapon's attack. So with Rogue, it will almost always be like a 5/5, right? Well, you get a random 1-drop. So it could be even a little bit better than a 5/5. It's not bad. In the case of Warrior, it could be really high rolly. You know? I keep going to Arcanite, but if you have like an Arcanite equipped, then all of a sudden this thing could just win the game. Or even just like a Ganarg, right? Ganarg, and then Ganarg on 1, it pops on 3, and then you play this on 4. You get a 4/4 and a random 3-drop. It's pretty good. Pretty damn good. It's like a 4 or 4.5. I'll go with a 4.5 for the upside. It has a chance to just be devastating. Okay. All right. Still answer. Now, you guys said, oh, Wand Thief. Wand Thief. Yeah. Okay, Wand Thief. Here we go. Don't worry. Wand Thief. This is now a Mage Rogue dual class card. How could I forget this one? I love this card. 1 mana, 1/2, combo, discover a mage spell. So you pretty much would never play this card if you aren't comboing. Because it's just too valuable. And it should be pretty easy to combo at 1 mana. Mage spells are bonkers. Like, absolutely bonkers. It might be slightly better in Rogue than Mage, because you could think that you might have drafted some of the spells in Mage. But I think in general, this card's just insane. How insane? 5? Feels like a 5. It's like 4.5 to 5. I'll go with a 5. We have a lot of 5s in this expansion. Jeez. Okay. Are we all caught up on things that aren't neutrals now, chat? Did anything stand out for other dual class? I think we did it. I think those were the only ones that were kind of like outliers. Okay. For whatever reason on the website. All right, neutral time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait, I don't want to sort by most recent. Let's do mana cost again. I like that. Okay, we talked about Desk Imp. Desk Imp is done. We talked about Broomstick. Done. We're not starting over. Hell no. Have some water. Back in the saddle. Okay. Oh, man, I got a kink in my back. Oh. Guys, you gotta give me a massage after this, okay? I want like a deep tissue one. Deep. Intrepid Initiate. 1 mana, 1/2. Spell Burst, gain +2 attack. Poop. This is a poop card. Agree? Agree or disagree? This is a solid poop. 1 mana, 1/2 is eh. You don't really want to waste like a Spell Burst to get 2 attack. I don't think. I think it's poop. I'm going to rate it as poop. I'm going to go with a 2. Poop. Poop. Yes, Initiate, Coin, Sidekick wins the game. Yes, if you were able to get those two together, maybe it'll be half decent. It's still an average poop. Pinflinger. Rid your eyeball. Pinflinger. 1 mana, 1/1. Battlecry, deal 1 damage. Spellburst, return this to your hand. And you can go face. Yeah, deal 1 damage. So it's an Elven Archer that could be returned to your hand for later use. And then you could like play it and it's forced again, in theory. It seems decent. Like, it's not a busted card. It seems decent. Like above average. Like 3.5, 4-ish. I'll go with a 3.5. I think most of the time it will be an Elven Archer, right? Which, Elven Archer's fine. And there's a lot, the Aug Merchants are kind of a similar thing, and there are 2 ones, so 3.5 is fine. Sphere of Sapience. 1 mana. 0/4. At the start of your turn, look at your top card. Stay with me. I know there's a lot of text. You can put it on the bottom and lose 1 durability. You guys got that? One more time. For anyone who hasn't played MTG or other card games, that might have been a little bit too much for you. The text basically took up the whole card. You guys got it? You understand? So, you get to decide if you want the card in your hand or if you want to have it never been drawn, basically. How do we rate this card? Like in Arena, I think it has value because it prevents like garbage top decks. It gives you a higher chance to draw a useful card in the situation. Like, I think it's good, but how good? I mean, it's gonna be up against other legendaries, but I'm just gonna give it like a review in general. It probably is a Kazu card. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say it's like above average, but not that much. Like a 3.5 or something. We'll just stick with a 3.5. I don't think you'll be drafting a lot of other legendaries. All right. Tour Guide. 1 mana, 1/1. Battlecry, your next hero power costs 0. What was the text on Waterboy? Do you guys remember Waterboy? It was a 2/1. I believe it was a 2 mana 2/1. Was it your next hero power, or did you have to do it in your turn? I'm trying to think about how valuable it is that it's your next hero power. Because I think that's important, right? Because like you can play it on 1 and then bank like the Mage hero power for later on. You can play it on 1 as Rogue and then get a dagger up. It's definitely good for tempo. But like, is it enough to rate it like highly? I feel like it's like a 3.5 or something. It's also hard to give this card a valuation for all classes, right? Because like Warrior, it's bad. Because like, you get 2 armor. Like, who gives a shit, right? Rogue, it could be great. Mage, it could be great. Demon Hunter, it's like, who cares? Thing normally costs 1. Who cares if it's 0? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's like a 3. That's fine. Maybe 3, maybe 3.5. It's all right. Cult Neophyte. 2 mana, 3/2. Battlecry, your opponent's spells cost 1 more next turn. Most of the time, it's just a Bloodfin Raptor. Like, I don't think you're going to hold it and then like play it on turn 6, going into the Flame Strike turn. Wow, amazing! I don't think it's going to be that that very often. Like a 3, maybe. Like maybe a little bit over 3, 3.5 or something. I don't know. I'm just going to give it a 3. It could mess with the coin. 3.25 for those keeping track. We'll stick with the 3. Dude, I hope this card looks sick in Golden. Mana Feeder Panthara. Doesn't it just look like it's going to be great in Golden? We're going to craft 2 of these Golden immediately. I bet it's kind of like a Chameleos looking card. 2 mana, 2/3. Battlecry. If you've used your hero power this turn, draw a card. Make sure you're careful with the order, by the way, on this one. Okay? If you've used your hero power this turn, so you have to use your hero power first, then play it. Like, I feel like I'm going to mess it up at least once, so hero power first, then play it. It's really good. This card's really good. It's, if you have to play it on 2, you're a little sad, but it's still fine. And oftentimes you'll be like hero powering and playing a 2 on 4. So I think this card's really good. And honestly, it feels like an arena card to me. Like made for arena. I'm telling you, they still know about us arena players. I'm gonna say like 4.5. It's again hard to give a rating for this for all classes because just like the other card with reducing the cost of your hero power. This is much better in classes with a good hero power. So I think I'll go with I'm going to dream big on this one. 4.5. Little bonus points for the card art. Look at that. It's going to be sweet and golden. I just know it. I just know it. Sneaky Delinquent. 2 mana, 3/1, stealth. Death Rattle, add a 3/1 ghost with stealth to your hand. So there are a few neutrals like this. I don't know if it's really a new mechanic, but the ghost thing. So you can see what it looks like here. Spectral Delinquent. It's basically a copy of the card, but you don't get like the Death Rattle on it. And I like these cards. I like these cards quite a bit because for the most part, they're not like overpowered, but they're just good. Like they're it can be curve filler because you get another one back. It doesn't. I don't think they'll have the feeling of like your opponent plays and you're like, oh my god, he's lost. So I like them a lot. This card I would say is like a 4, 3.5, 4. I think all of them are going to be right around that. I think this one may be on the lower side of them, like lower side of the ghost cards. So maybe we say this one's like a 3.5, but it's still solid. Like you'll still be drafting it a lot. Okay. Transfer Student. 2 mana, 2/2. This has different effects based on which game board you're on. Okay, guys, grab your popcorn. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes going through each effect on every board ever made. I got sneeze. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. No one's got that kind of time. In general, it seems pretty good. Like, there's... it's a lot of, like, value-generating cards. It's a little bit understated. But a 2/2 get a card in most cases is pretty good. I think it's above average. Like a 4. Some of the boards it's like kind of whatever, but it's like a 4, maybe 4.5. I'll go with a 4. Voracious Reader. 2 mana, 1/3. At the end of your turn, draw until you have 3 cards. Reminds me a little bit of Jeeves. Do you guys remember Jeeves? That card was both people, right? Like both you and your opponent drew. This one is just for you. I think it's pretty damn good. You don't want to play it on 2 because it's kind of But if you're a more aggressive deck, pretty good. Pretty damn good. I'm going to say like a... Again, you have to kind of make sure... You have to build with this card in mind a little bit. I'm going to say it's like a 4. 4.5 feels like a little bit of a stretch because there's a cost to having a card like this stuck in your hand and doing nothing, which sometimes it will do that. But if you draft low curve, it won't do that often. So, yeah, I like this card a lot. I think this is a cool card. Okay. Wand Maker. 2 mana, 2/2. Battlecry, add a 1-cost spell from your class to your hand. 1-cost spell from your class to your hand. Depends on what class you are. Like in Mage, I like it. Arcane Breast, great. Priest has like Renew. I feel like in Hunter, maybe it's kind of whatever. Hi, Cookie. Bye. Bye, kitty. Bye. What are 1-cost cards like on average? What do you guys think? I think this is pretty decent. Maybe like a... Oh, all the studies are 1-cost. Oh, yeah. So you have a chance to hit that. Yeah. Yeah, and Adorable Infestation. There's a lot of good ones. Okay, we'll go with a 4. I'll go with a 4. It's a little understated, but if it was like a 2 mana 3/2 this effect, probably a 4.5, right? Or maybe even a 5. Okay. Educated Elec. We're just going to pretend this is Educated Collins card, okay? our buddy, Educated Collins. Educated Elec. 3 mana, 3/4, Beast Tag. Whenever a spell is played, this minion remembers it. So it's got a giant 5-head. Death Rattle, shuffle the spells into your deck. Before you guys get super excited about it, it's basically just a spider tank. Like most of the time. You play it on 3, you don't worry about it. Don't like hold this card for value because the chances you even draw the spell is like, eh. And if you like shuffle in a cheap spell, you might not even want to draw it. It's fine. It's a little bit above average. It's a 3 mana 3/4. What's a 3 mana 3/4? Probably like 3.5. That's the rating I'm going to give it. You could hold it for value, but the thing is, like, you can't. It's not even like necessarily value because you don't get the card into your hand. It goes into your deck. So, yeah. All right, Enchanted Cauldron. 4 mana, Dreads, reading. 3 mana, 1/6. Spellburst, cast a random spell of the same cost. It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. It's not good. It's definitely not good. Random spell of the same cost. Like, who knows what you're going to get? It could hurt your board. It could not. It's a 1/6. It's bad. Like 1.5 bad. Never draft it. If you draft it, cue into me because you're going to lose, idiot. Robes of Protection. 3 mana, 2/4. Your minions can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. So I think this is kind of an interesting card. We saw it in the reveal stream today. It can be very good if you're winning to protect your board, right? My issue with this card though is it's not good on 3. It's a 2/4. 2/4s are pretty shitty. So I don't know how important, like how good it is to have a situational 3-drop that's not very good on 3. So I'm not a big fan. Personally, I don't think it's that good. Like, you'll lose to it sometimes, and you'll be frustrating to lose to, but yeah, it does. It has the effect too. It won't be targeted. It can't be targeted by spells or hero powers too. I'm gonna say 2.5. I'm gonna say it's a below average card. That's my gut feeling about this one. Below average. Crimson Hothead. Dragon. Every time I see a dragon, I get a little excited. 4 mana, 3/6 dragon. Spellburst, gain +1 attack and taunt. It's good, right? It's really good. 4 mana, 3/6 is a great stat line. And if you get the Spellburst effect at some point, it becomes even better, right? It's quite good. Well above average. 4 or 4.5. It's somewhere around there. It might not quite be a 4.5, but I think it is easily a 4. I'll go with 4. Boom. Divine Rager. We had a... So let me explain the card first. 4 mana, 5/1 elemental with Divine Shield. It's the latest in the Rager set of cards. I couldn't remember what the card was that this reminded me of. We're talking about it in Discord. And it's Cursed Disciple was the one that someone remembered. So it's a lot like Cursed Disciple, which was a 4 mana 5/1 that spawned another 5/1. This one's a little better because you can buff it, right? Like if your opponent, or if you play this and your opponent doesn't ping the shield, then in theory you could buff and get some extra value. But I think most of the time it's going to be very similar to that. That was a good card. I would say it was like a little bit above average. What do I want to rate this? 3.5? I feel like it's like a 3.5. I think it is above average. Let's go with that. Yeah, I bet the gold the gold art on this is cool. That's one of my favorite things on the new expansion day is seeing all the golden arts. Fish Flyer. My voice is starting to go a teeny bit. Fishy Flyer. Sorry, Fishy Flyer. 4 mana, 4/3. Rush, Death Rattle, add a 4/3 ghost with Rush to your hand. And again, it's basically the same card, just not with a Death Rattle. And it's fine. Right? Like, it's good. It's good. You can use it and get another one and kill 2 things within the same turn. Because, like, so that's kind of cool. There's a chance it does free kill some, like, 2-drops. It's good. How good? It's probably one of the better ghost ones, right? 4? 4.5? It's not a 5. No, it's not that insane. There are some 5/4s, which is good. I'll go with a 4.5. Seems fine. Rush is really good in Arena. Lore Keeper Polkelt. 4 mana, 4/5. Battle Cry. I'm just remembering what this card is. Battle Cry, reorder your deck from the highest cost card to the lowest cost card. It's terrible. It's just terrible in Arena. Like, it's just bad. You don't want to play this on 4 and start drawing like 10 drops. So it's a Yeti, but I feel like the effect is so bad that it's not worth it. Read the flavor text? No, that's too complicated. There's math in there. I don't like it. I think it's below average. Below average. I'm going to say a 2.5. Don't like it. Don't like it. Maybe even a 2. It's okay on turn 7+. Yes. But if you have a 4-drop you don't want to play on 4, I don't really like it. Like, maybe if you get it early and you can build a deck around it, right? But in general, I don't think it's good. Again, these are for on average what I think of the card. I don't think it's very good. Okay. Wretched Tutor. 4 mana, 2/5. Spellburst, deal 2 damage to all other minions. 4 mana, 2/5 is kind of eh. Like, this card is very bad if you don't use a Spellburst, and it hits your board. Yeah. Like 3, maybe? AoE is still valuable. I think I'll go with a 3. Okay. Headmaster Kel'Thuzad. 5 mana, 4/6. Spellburst. If the spell destroys any minions, summon them. So, it's got good stats. It's a 5 mana, 4/6. Play it, then fireball something, and then you summon it. It's pretty good. Because even if you have to just tempo it, it's fine. And it has taunt. Because people will be scared of it. It's good. It's definitely good. At least a 4. I want to say it's a 4, but it could be a 4.5. Just because it's a threat. And even just if you use like Frostbow with it or something, right? It doesn't have to do all the damage. It just has to be the killing blow. It summons them for you. I'm going to go with a 4.5. You could also wait. I'm just thinking about it more. You could also like use AoE with it, right? Like this plus like an arcane explosion or something. And if it's what finishes it off, you could get some giant minions. It's good. I mean, it's a legendary. We won't see it that much. I'm gonna just do 4.5. It's fine. It's good. Oh boy, Lake Thresher. 5 mana, 4/6. Beast tag. Also damages the minions next to whomever this attacks. Oh boy. It's like It's like Cave Hydra, except it actually has good stats. I don't like the cleave thing, man. For Arena, I just don't like it. I hate this effect. Is this going to even be running constructed? Probably not, right? Maybe it would like to summon him and give him a rush card or something in Druid, but not a fan. It's really good. It's like a premium. It's like 4.5 type thing. I think it's like a 4.5. Like good stats and cleave. Yep. Ogremancer. 5 mana, 3/7. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, summon a 2/2 skeleton with taunt. This card reminds me of Trogzor. You remember that guy, right? I think Trogzor was a 7 mana 6/6. And if your opponent casts a spell, you got a 3/5. I think I remember that. It was like a mediocre, but how good is this card? It's not the worst stats. 3/7. It could make things awkward for your opponent. I don't think it's actually bad. I don't think a 3/7's terrible. And there's a good chance that it will mess with their turns. Like if it gets 1/2/2, it's really good. I don't think it's bad. I'm gonna say above average. I'm gonna say a 3.5. I think it's fine. I think you guys are haters. People won't be able to play their 1 mana discover thing. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, you do get the 2/2 if it's removed. Yep. I'm assuming. All right. Steward of Scrolls. 5 mana 4/4. Spell damage +1 battlecry, discover a spell. Kind of like Azure Drake, right? A little bit. Maybe even better than Azure Drake, because discovering a spell is likely better than drawing a card, right? And it has spell damage that you can use with the spell. It's pretty good. The stats aren't great, so it's not like, I don't think it's like a 5, but it's really good. I think it's a 4.5. I'm gonna go 4.5. Very, very good though. And again, certain classes, better, right? Like Mage, oh god. I've been playing a lot of Mage and a lot of Priest, chat. Aw, yeah. Vectus. 5 mana 4/4. Battlecry, summon 2 1/1 whelps. Each gains a death rattle from your minions that died this game. Feels like more of a constructed card. I think it gets a bump in Hunter. We saw quite a few death rattle cards. Certain classes have more. If you just hit 1 death rattle card, it's probably good, right? So that shouldn't be that hard to do. Maybe like 3.5, something like that. Something like that. I'm gonna go with 3.5. 3 point something. 3.5. Oh, wait, you get 2. Wait a second. That's right. You don't have to have played a death rattle to get the whelps. You always get the whelps. So no matter what, it's a 5 mana 6/6. Okay, never mind. Redo. It's late in the review. You gotta get this is another redo. I'm gonna revise it. It's at least a 4. It could be a 4.5. 5 mana 6/6 is pretty decent. We'll go with a 4. 4. Okay. Change to a 4. You guys happy? Onyx Mage Scribe. 6 mana 4/9. Spellburst. Add 2 random spells from your class to your hand. Oh boy. 6 mana 4/9. Not the best stat line, but not the worst. It's a lot of health. And if you do activate Spellburst with it, 2 random spells is really good. Really, really good. I think it's another high rating, 4.5. I think it's really good. And it's a dragon tag. I like dragons. Smug Senior. Just so you guys know, this card is not made after me because I am not a senior. I'm a young-in. All right? Before you say anything. Smug Senior. 6 mana, 5/7. Taunt. Death Rattle, add a 5/7 ghost with taunt to your hand. So just like these other cards, right? 6 mana, 5/7 taunt is pretty decent. You lose 1 attack from a Boulderfist Ogre, but you have taunt. So I think it's probably, like, even on the first just half of it, it's probably better than an Ogre. And it gives you quite a bit of value. So I think this card's quite good. I don't know if it's quite a 4.5, but it's at least a 4. It's like 4 to 4.5. Honestly, it's probably 4.5 too. It's good. It's a lot to get through. All right. Sorceress Substitute. Hang in there, guys. We're almost done, I think. I think we've only got a couple left. Oh, we're almost through. How long can this go on? Sorceress Substitute. 6 mana, 6/6. Battlecry. If you have spell damage, summon a copy of this. So I think there's only really, we were talking about this card earlier. I think there's only really Shaman and Mage that have spell damage minions, right? But like Mage gets to discover some with that 1-drop, and Shaman is a totem. So I think it's hard to give an overall review of this card. Like, I think overall it's pretty weak. Like, if you just take all the classes, because it's a 6 mana 6/6, and that feels bad to play. So I'd say the overall review of this card is probably like a 2.5. I'm going to go with a 2.5. With that being said, if you're looking at Shaman and Mage, is pretty good. Like, I'd say the Shaman Mage rating for this card would be at least a 4. Maybe even like a 4.5. Probably a 4. Because you won't always get spell damage, but it definitely could be game winning, right? Okay. Oh, is that it? No, it debated. Not it. There's 2 more. 2 more. Hold the phone. 2 more. Keymaster Alabaster. 7 mana 6/8. Whenever your opponent draws a card, add a copy to your hand that costs 1. Oh, man. It's really good. I think it's really good. Because no matter what, you get 1 draw of a card that gets reduced to 1 cost. You play it, they draw a card. So even if they remove it immediately, you get value. So, yeah. Yep. And if they can't kill it, they just kind of lose, you know? Yeah, you also know what they drew. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a legendary. We won't see it all that often, but it definitely feels like a 5. Cantered by Wisp, not that good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Plagued Proto Drake. 8 mana, 8/8. Death Rattle, summon a random 7-cost minion. So the card reminds me a little bit of Cursed Vagrant, the rogue card. All right, it's definitely good. It comes 1 turn later than that card, but it's still really good. The front half of the stats are also better. How good? Doesn't do anything immediately when it hits the board, but 4? I don't know if it's quite 4.5. Because you could low roll the 7-drop too. And let's do the dragon tag. I think I'll stick with a 4. The difference between it coming down on turn 7 versus turn 8, I think, is a fairly big deal. I think I'll go with 4. All right. Is that it, chat? Can anyone think of a card that I missed? Did we get them all done? Did we do it? This one felt like it was a longer review than normal. Like, there was a lot to talk about with, like, the dual class and all of that, so I think we got them all. Start again just to be sure. Do it over. Do it in French. No, I think that was plenty. All right, we did it. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm impressed you made it all the way through. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm also impressed you made it all the way through. I guess I should just give a little bit of my thoughts on what I think the meta is going to be like. I don't think it's going to be less of a clown fiesta. Let's just say that. There's tons of discovery. There's tons of really powerful cards. The other powerful sets are not leaving. So I think it's still going to be big swings. Lots of cards that just can't really answer and kind of in the game. As far as what class I think are going to be good or bad, I'm always partial, but I feel like Priest is going to be quite good. I feel like Mage is going to be quite good. Unsure about, like, Druid has that nutty 5-drop. Not sure about the rest of the cards. Warrior got some pretty good weapons, but generally Warrior's kind of Depends unless they pump up Ganarg again. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I'm definitely really excited. I think overall the cards look fun. It'll be nice to have some new stuff. The arena meta right now is pretty stale. So,